What's the haps? We're back in Madden for the first time this month. Probably the first time in 3 weeks actually. Well, not 3 weeks, more like 4 weeks, but anyway, we're back with a new series called Madden Mondays. And I think it's just gonna be filled with at first it's just gonna be I'm gonna use preseason roster. It's just gonna be a franchise. I know how to start a franchise. So we're gonna use my team, Seattle. Gonna change the settings real quick. Gonna be 15-minute quarters. Alright with that. Alright with that. No. I want everything off. I don't like the CPU doing all my shit. And oh, that's not how you spell Twitch. Come on. There. Alright. And I'm gonna play as the owner. Preseason. All right. Let's get this started. Last time I broadcast Madden, I did that on 25,000 kilobytes per second. I'm gonna try 20,000 and see if that improves anything, because whenever I stream this, it tends to skip forward a lot. I'm hoping that if I bring down the quality, it helps out a little bit. Alright, so first of all, I am not trading Luke Wilson, so you can suck a dick. I am, however, gonna let's look at roster. I forget who we had. Okay. All these running backs. Oh yeah, no fullback. Totally forgot about that. Okay. Oh god, our line is just gonna be terrible. I really don't want to sign any free agents because I want to worry about getting our defense locked up. I don't know why they have Kevin Pierre-Louis at right outside linebacker. I just prefer him starting ahead of Mike Morgan on the left side. Oh, Brandon Brown is back. He wasn't that good though. I think that's good enough there. Get okay. The House and John Ryan are kickers. We had no 4th round pick. It's okay though. All right. Let's go sign us a fullback real quick. I'm gonna sign John Kuhn, because John Kuhn is a hell of a fullback. Hey, it's Derek Coleman. Alright, here, let me go set my depth chart real quick. Because the one they give you at the beginning is, I don't really like it that much. I'll see how Rawls does, but whenever I play this using the preseason roster, he kind of sucks, in my opinion. But, I mean, we'll see. Hold on a second. Okay, I thought Ifedi was a left guard there for a minute. Where is Ifedi? Why are you down there? You should be starting. I'm gonna have you start. Good. Put him at. Actually, you are. Actually, since he is a. I'm gonna have him do. Right. I'm gonna have Webb at right guard, and I'll put Ifedi on the right tackle position. Oh, never mind. Not the choice I wanted. Actually, hold on. See, he's only 76 and he has 4 years experience. I'm going to put Ifedi there, even though his one below, he's going to get better. We'll just see how that turns out. Okay with that, okay with that. Now Jaron Reed start. Put Pierre Lewis ahead. That's just how I like to do things. Jeez, we have so many right guards or right guards right outside linebackers. At least one of you up there. I think that's good. That's good. 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 Alright, that's good. I like a little bit of committee going. You know what? I am going to sign one more. I'm going to sign Andre Johnson. Because I know he's still here. There he is. I'll get you a ring, buddy. It's worked for me before.
An offensive and defensive
I'm just gonna sim this. Oh, Twitch is okay with me using the orchestrations. I know they were okay with the name song, like the name songs out there, but YouTube didn't like it very much. Actually, just in case Russell gets hurt. That's something I can't have happen at all. Anyway, I hope YouTube likes the orchestrations here. 7 players, alright. Who got hurt? Tyber Rubin and Andre Johnson. For literally, I just signed him and he gets hurt. Okay. Well, at least they'll be back by week 3. So, I mean week 3 of the regular season.
Here are some recommendations to get.
No, I don't need that. Keep that till week 3. I don't need 5 running backs, so got one of you. I mean 6. I don't need 6 running backs. There, 4 should be a good number. 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I'm cutting Goodley. And I will cut the other dude. Tight end. We don't need a 38 overall tight end. Don't really need. I don't really need him either. So I've already got 4 tight ends. So as long as you have 2 on the roster, you're usually okay. Unless you're a team that normally likes to use two tight end sets, or even 3 sometimes. Kind of, I guess, sort of like Seattle does, maybe. Alright, so I don't need 3 cut hunt. But it's alright by me. Alright, we cut 7 players.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Do that real quick. So I'm not getting... No! No, I'm not getting Gabbard. I'm gonna take B. Alright, gonna sim the training as per usual. Right. Gonna advance to the next week. Oh, no, fine. Hey, take him off the trade block. Or are you, Luke? Alright, cut 5 players. Who's going home? Let's see. No, I think it was under right guard. I'll cut this Odiambo fella. No, I think I'll leave him. And I'll cut this guy. He's 63. I think the other guy was the other guy. He's 66, so. And plus, I'm going to have Ifedi start at right tackle. See how that goes. Sorry, Ryan. You're getting your walking papers. As are you, Tyson. You're sort of young, but still. Yeah, 4's enough. Cut you, Pinkins. Alright, that's 5. Let's go to the next week. I didn't even be paying attention to my record. Oh, it's 1 and 2. Alright. Practice squad. Let's add some players. Oh, wait. There's an easier way to do this. Roster. I think this might be echoing. Give me a brief second. Source. All right. Sure. That should be better. I have the feedback muted right now, so I don't keep hearing it in the back. But so I can't tell if that was echoing. If it was, I apologize. Brooks, I'm gonna add you to the practice squad. That's 1. Same goes for, can I add Casey Williams? I can, I'm gonna move you to practice squad. Alright, so how much we got then? 3, 1, 2, 3. Lawler and Williams. Alright, Lawler. And Vanett. Oh, I could have put Hunt on the practice squad too. What am I doing? I think 4 is enough for our D line. I'm gonna put Longa on the practice squad. Actually, not you. 3, 2, 3. Alright. DeAndre Elliott definitely going on there. You got potential, man. Number 1. It was hit hat, Mr. Krabs. He was number 1. Put Ty Smith on there? Yes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can I put Baptiste on there? Oh, I can't. Howell? Putting you up there. Oh, did it not register? Here, let me see. Alright, got them all filled up. Sweet. Do I have to cut any more players? No, I don't. Which would seem weird, because... It seems weird, though, because I still have 3 quarterbacks on there. Alright, then. I guess 3 will do. Get up there, Russie. I wonder if I could sign anybody from the practice squad. Oh, whoops. That's not what I wanted. Sign from practice squad. That's what I wanted. Alright. Sweet! Kenny Lawler has signed 1 contract. Alright. Gotta add someone else there, though. What do we usually need? Mark School. Yeah. Oh, your pass rush. I don't like that. King. You know what? I'll sign you. Sign to practice squad. Alright. So, our first game's going to be against the Dolphins, Miami Dolphins. Right now, we're first in the league at value with 38.1 million. I'm sure that'll go down soon, but I can't remember if I turned the salary cap on. Let me check real quick before I get too crazy. Oh, it's up here, right? Salary cap. Okay, salary cap is on. Gotcha. Did not want to screw myself over there. Oh, I do have to cut a player. Alright. Shit, hold on. It didn't say. I guess I was at 50. I guess I was at 50. 53 when I signed. Or I guess there was a reason I forgot to. Forgot to cut heaps. Where is he? Smith. Davis. That was his name. Sorry, Davis. Your short time with us has ended. I like how it has a garbage can next to the cut sign. All right, Heaps. Your Heaps is going to the practice squad. Okay, now that we got the obligatory stuff behind us, we can start our game. Play full game. Oh, I hope it doesn't show the EA tracks music during the game. I don't want to have to turn off the music completely. Man, I haven't played Madden in, well, like, an actual franchise in a couple months. It's been a while.
Hello, everyone.
Nice to get back to this.
And this is the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Dolphins going up against the Seahawks.
Jay Ajayi.
With that, let's get up to Seattle, as I'm proud to welcome in the
He's
newest.
gonna have I feel like he's gonna have a really good year next year. He had a really good year this year, dude. What was that? 5 games of 200 yards or something? I don't know what the number was, but he was like one of the more unstoppable running backs last year.
And Charles, as we take a close look at these two teams, the Dolphins last year last in the AFC East at 6-10. The Seahawks, meanwhile, 10-6.
And Miami is trying to build under new direction. They're trying to get back to being the Miami Dolphins that we knew, especially me, back in my youth. In Seattle, great home field advantage as always. They may have a few new faces, but their goals haven't changed. They want to get back to the Super Bowl.
Ooh, a little bit off. That was a field goal that would have missed.
Sports as the 2016 NFL season is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They're led out by their strong-arm quarterback out of Texas A&M. It's Ryan Tannehill.
I think one of the things I like about Ryan Tannehill's game is that he understands what his receivers are looking for downfield. He played that position at Texas A&M before becoming the starting quarterback. So a lot of times when he's in the pocket looking downfield,
oh, right there. Who was that?
as he remembers them.
Jordan Hill. Nice play, dude. Nice play.
And a very capable offensive unit here. One of the headliners, Jordan Cameron.
He's listed as a tight end, but he's at his best when he flexes away from the line of scrimmage and runs routes like a receiver.
Ten yards still left on second down. stay on the ground. Again, it's a
KJ Wright with the tackle.
yardage here back at the 20.
Coming in off the blitz.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Let's try one more time.
Real
Third.
danger here on their opening drive.
I don't know about doing this on third down, but I mean, we can try.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill.
We got to him again.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
KJ Wright again with the sack. Have credit to him, and it looks like it looked like Bennett also got in on there.
Offense have done to adjust and account for that.
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you
Like,
see,
oh no, I think that was
maybe
the
there's going to be
that
some
was
pressure
Hill.
coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go
No,
to
that was
pass
Bennett.
protection.
That was
The
Bennett.
biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try
He
and
probably
keep
got the other
it
half
clean.
sack.
But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability.
All right,
and
so
a
we
sack
forced a 3 and out on our first drive. That's a
Fourth down, here's Matt Darr to kick
good
it
way to
away.
start off.
Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. Fielded just inside the 30.
Oh, I tried to juke him. I'm not very good at that. It's okay, though. We got it just shy of midfield. About 7 more yards to go.
It's Russell Wilson.
And hasn't it been fun watching the maturation of Russell Wilson as a quarterback? Because I think that Seattle did a great job of protecting him.
All right, we're going to start off with the drive
making sure
concept.
they ran the heck out
Always
of the
fun.
football, played great defense, careful with him throwing the ball. But as time has gone on, they don't have to protect him
Lock it
anymore.
over the middle, and that's going to get us
Starting quarterback, one of the best in the league. What's his
8
overall record?
yards.
14-18 as a
Should have
starter?
said 8 yards, and that gets us to the
Not bad.
1 yard shy of
Two
midfield.
Super Bowl appearances, one championship. When you see zone
I'm going to play
defense,
action
you need
here.
to drag
I always like to
guys,
do that on a
call.
second and short.
Be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might
Oh, Lockett making the sweet catch. That wasn't Lockett, that was Baldwin. Thought that was Lockett. I thought he was outside. Baldwin. I need to get better at that, too. Already doing better than the real Seahawks did in this game. Oh, no, Graham, you couldn't hold on. Graham could not hold on to his first target. Okay, though. Line's doing all right, but then again, Miami, I mean, I don't know about their line. They do have Ndamukong Suh, but I don't know. Here, we'll see how we do on this run, though. That's a gain of 3. 3rd and 7. That's not too bad. Not too bad for a third down.
Ndamukong Suh provokes a whole lot of conversation, but at the end, everyone agrees one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
I don't want to do bench because... Oh, what the hell, I will. I'm just afraid my check down's not going to get there if I have to do that. And kicking a field goal shouldn't be that hard. I've gotten a little bit better at the kicking. Oh! Excuse me, Lockett is wide open. Lockett is going to go for the touchdown.
Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective,
Look at that. Staying in bounds, keeping the feet in.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took
What a
off,
beautiful
I
play.
mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any
Switch
speed
him
limits
out a
out
little bit
there?
better.
And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to
And
chase
it's through. It's good.
Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
So it's going to be 7-0 lead here.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away.
You got to be careful on those kickoffs. Well, just the kick meter in general, because I keep getting it a little bit ways off, and if I do that on like a long field goal, it's gonna miss
The Dolphins offense now
every time.
back on the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how.
Oh, Jay Ajayi moving out. And come on, his chance are going to catch up. Jay Ajayi all the way to the 12-yard line. What a play.
63 yards. And look at that. I'd say somebody's already in mid-season form here in game number 1.
Doesn't need a whole lot of carries in the preseason, does he? He needs to get the ball when it counts. And when it does, he makes it count.
Tannehill now to throw. It's caught. Cameron left side.
Cameron doing his best to stay in bounds. Gets about 2 or 3 yards on the catch after the catch.
Second down. And a look at Seattle's defense.
Michael Bennett is one of the best pass-rushing defensive linemen in the game. Normally plays defensive end, but when they go to those nickel packages and he works inside, look out, offensive guards. You've got a problem.
All right, we're going to go blitz again. This play worked last time. We'll see how it works this time. Oh, what are you doing, Reed? Was that Reed up there? That was Hill. I did not expect that from you, Hill. You're a freaking veteran. You're like a 3-year veteran, dude. How could you do that? Michael Bennett coming in, making sure Ajayi doesn't get there. He tried. But we were able to stop him that time.
Establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blow. Sometimes
right,
they
sit
just
up here.
themselves.
Oh, he read that like a book. I had no answer to that. I mean, I probably could have positioned his right a little bit closer, but I mean, who was that? Jarvis Landry?
And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I mean, that guy was catching it either way. That is a good play to run against cover 2.
You were going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Baldwin's going to return this from 2 yards out. Going to get to the 28-yard line. Well, let's see if we can answer now with our own touchdown drive. Our own big play would be nice.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
And Curse is gonna hold on to it for the first. Good job, Jermaine Curse. Good job. Let's try a little bit more running. It's a fierce-looking line. Oh, I know what I gotta do. I see that single safety. Got it. Jimmy Graham's Jimmy Graham all the way to the 30-yard line. Single safety, you've got to go deep on that every time.
Week 12 last year. You've dealt with that injury, haven't you?
I have, and let me tell you, you know that expression, I feel your pain? I felt Jimmy's when it happened. Now, mine didn't happen quite the same way his did.
Rolls gets a good gain of 5 on the carry. It's going to put us at 2nd and 4, even though that was clearly 5 yards.
I think for me, it was just mainly age. For him, he was actually playing.
But good to see him back out there healthy.
Right. They look to be defending the left side pretty well.
Now Wilson on 2nd down.
Oh, geez. They had that all covered. They had that all covered. Sue gets his napping for a 4-yard sack. 9, I should say. This was 2nd and 4. So, oh, what do we do here? Verticals? I'm going to try verticals. I mean, I need something to... I don't want to kick a field goal from the... Snapping for the 34. Graham's got it first. Jimmy Graham still on his feet, out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter
Try a little
what,
bit more running.
you really can't hide what you're doing.
I got to
And
get my
the
run
right
game
there,
going.
He knew right away where the blitz was coming from.
Oh, please block for me, Jimmy.
And he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you that.
Instead, we get lit up by Cameron Wake.
He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage. Knew where
Try
the
bench
pressure was
again.
going to come from.
Bench has been working pretty well for us, so we'll try it
That's what he
again.
did.
On second down, Wilson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard
Baldwin
line.
gets
That
about
catch
5
good
on
for
the
5. It's
on the
third down.
catch.
But it appears
Third
that they went
down.
man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receivers got to
I
make
think
sure
they
he
might
works
stop
the
me here. We'll
defender
see, though.
towards
We'll
the
see.
middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Caught Jimmy Graham. Touchdown.
Seattle.
Jimmy got in there
Jimmy Graham.
with a tight grab.
9-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And he is
I was half expecting that to be picked because
they got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they use him at certain positions.
number 20 over there was right there for the.
He usually comes
He
through
could have
for
easily
it.
picked that off.
Here's Hauschka for the extra point.
And it's through. It's going to put us by 7.
Here in the first quarter.
Not what I meant to pick, but
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
it's okay, though. That's likely going to be
This will
need.
be taken to the back
Yep.
of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time,
You ain't going nowhere, Jay Ajayi.
down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going.
Cam
They feel like they can
Chancellor
attack
saving the big
and put
run.
more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard
He was about
watching
ready to
if
break
you're
free.
the offense
There was
or
nobody
you're
with
focused
him.
on this drive?
Nobody with him after that.
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent.
Ryan Tannehill's going out the side.
And just focus on this
Tannehill's
series.
going to be brought
That'll take care
down,
of the
but now
scoreboard
it's
if they
getting
punch it into the
inside
end
our
zone.
territory at the
30 yards
36.
When big plays occur, offensive coordinators can do one of two things. They can come right back to the same play, saying, defense, you've seen it, but you can't stop it. Or they file it away and bring it out later when they think they need it.
Kevin Pierre-Louis with the half sack. Michael Bennett coming in on there for a full one on the game.
Takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh.
I thought they were playing run for a minute. That's why I had Wagner going going right away. But
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's
it wouldn't have
really,
mattered.
really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start,
Averill almost gets one for himself, but Tannehill throws this one away, so it's going to be a 3rd and 19.
tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before.
Averill gets one here. Another half sack. Michael Bennett gets another half sack. That puts him on 1.5 on the game.
They throw in an extra defensive back.
Look at Bennett taking everyone's
That was
sacks.
exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package, just as you described.
4th
the
and
coverage was
27.
excellent and allowed one
Dolphins
of
going
their
to punt
linemen
away.
to the quarterback.
And he gets it away.
This one's going out probably about the 7.
And this will be
16.
up to the ruling of the side
Way
judge
off.
here. Here come the
I really want to get my run game going.
over on offense.
I'm going to try all I can.
Last time, really effective
Looks like an opening
passing
here.
football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the
Pico
defense
Alonso
making some
was right
changes,
there, though.
But I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't
miss it?
change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Curse, did he hold on? He did. Curse held on to it.
And it'll be 3rd down.
All right.
That was a nicely
3rd and
run
2.
slant route.
Go my
What the
signature
receiver's
play
trying
here
to do is
on
make
3rd
the
and
defender
short.
think he's going upfield for a deeper route,
on the
and
concept
then
that he
breaks
play
it off
type.
usually after about 3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle
We're going to
of
give
the
it to
field.
good
And now
old
what he's
Mr.
trying to do
Coom.
is use
See if
his
he can pick
body
up the
to
first
keep the
for us.
defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They turn to Kuhn on third.
Oh, they wanted to block it. Did we get it?
But that's all they needed for the
We
first.
got it. Kuhn picks up the first down for us.
Third and inches, third and 1. You think, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to third and 2, most of the time that's either the running back.
Sorry for
or
another
pass
run.
play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
Let's start running through here. Oh, I see a nice little gap.
Another run, but
I see a gap.
Rawls
Rawls gets us 7.
his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
The emergence of Thomas Rawls out of Central Michigan. Chalk one up for the
Go
scouting
5 wide for
department of
this.
Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last year averaged 5.6 yards per attempt. Most of the NFL, of course, City had that nasty ankle injury.
Well, he's back healthy. and
Graham is open over the middle. That's going to take us to the 47, 3 shy of midfield.
Time and a fresh set of downs.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
We go pass again. Can we go to Graham again?
On first
We
down,
are.
Wilson. And he finds his tight end, Graham.
Shoots
And
way
he'll
too
bring
early.
that at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
But he gets us to a manageable 2nd and 3. Excuse me.
Enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary
Oh,
target.
not enough time.
I think
All
he
right.
had the read,
No
where
props.
the blitz was coming
So,
from, and went to
end
a
of the
secondary
first.
target for a really nice gain.
We're going into the
one
second quarter
in the
leading.
books on NFL
14-7.
kickoff weekend. 14-7 is the score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second.
We'll
and
try to
short
stretch this
yardage
time.
to start things out.
Ooh, I don't know if they want us. I'm going to run to the right.
Rawls, the
I'll see
lone
what
man
that
in the
does.
backfield. He's gonna get the
Hopefully,
football.
oh, we got some good luck. Rawls getting a little running room.
It's an 8-yard
Down
pickup
at the
and
38-yard
two
line.
downs.
Doing all right so far. Normally, I'm doing pretty bad with Rawls.
I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Complete out
Curse,
to
and Jermaine Curse is going to go all the way.
touchdown Seattle. Jermaine Kearse.
We're going to go up 20-0.
37 yards. And the
Soon to be
Seahawks
21-0.
add on to their
Or
lead.
7. Excuse me.
Great
20-0.
throw out there.
27.
Able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Ooh, Green Bay barely beat Jacksonville. I saw that.
In total 8 plays, and it all culminates
Baltimore
with
had a
Seattle
tough game
score.
against the Bills, but they pulled through. It's like Philadelphia took care of Cleveland.
Hauschka out is sent
Tampa
this
Bay
way
beat
following the score.
Atlanta. That's how it went in real life.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Ryan Tannehill becomes a focus of our players' spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is
I don't
what's
need no
the
player
formula?
spotlight. Screw that. Screw that. Let's go cover 2 again.
They'll start out on the ground.
And they were going to run it, but Jaron Reed had other plans.
He was a second-round pick. Many scouts thought he could have gone higher than that.
And I was one of them. Even though I don't scout for any particular team, I had a first-round grade on him.
ProSize,
And frankly,
I am
I'm
very
surprised
excited for
he lasted to
ProSize
the
next
second
year.
round. They got a steal with this player.
Having him and Lacey and even a little bit of Rawls mixed in there, that's going to be great.
Some key weak spots on their team.
Oh, I missed it.
And some holes.
And they were able to identify the players they
That's
wanted
okay,
to
though.
go
He
with
didn't get very
process.
far.
Got a little bit
Only got
of
2
luck,
yards
some
on
guys
that.
may have fallen to them,
Oh,
but for
I
the
missed
most
one.
part,
I missed an opportunity for
knew the
one
philosophy.
one
They
sack.
stuck to it.
One actual full sack, not one of those half ones that Bennett makes us get. Tannehill looking. Hit as he throws it and finds Ajayi for 9 yards. Or 9 yards, 7 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner.
Net gain of 9, I should say,
and let them have a chance to make people
on the
miss
drive.
open field.
So 4th and 1, they're going to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
I learned my lesson last time, free catching every catch that gets that low.
Nice job on the return.
Last time I did that,
16 yards.
it landed at the 1.
It'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And how about the start so far, Charles?
See, a little bit of hole for Ajayi. Can he get through?
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level.
And Rawls gets through. That's good for 9. Good job. 2nd and 1.
Now he's just hoping for number
We're going to
4.
take a deep shot.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Caught.
And the hit jarred him
Almost
loose.
caught.
It's incomplete.
Couldn't hold on to the
Jimmy
ground.
Graham, the intended receiver. And it's
Did not
third
catch
and
it. Did not finish the process. You hear that, Dez? Did not finish the process.
And I see an
Therefore, it's
extra
not a
defensive
catch.
back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They run with a power back.
Rawls powers his way through again for a gain of 10. He's having a pretty good game, I'd say. I'm loving it. Let's keep him going. Let's keep that momentum going. Keep the clock draining. Keep the offense out there. Let the defense rest.
Got overlooked in the NFL draft when he came out, ended up being a priority free agent. And boy, what a rookie season he had before injuring an ankle.
That's good for another 8 yards.
Their offense really responds.
He's getting close to 5 yards to carry.
So well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front.
We'll run out here real quick. We'll see what that does. That gets us room. Thomas Rawls is out. Out there in the open. Could he go? Rawls brought down at the 1 yard line.
Yard line. Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit.
Is that my 3rd down
Full
right there?
advantage, didn't he? Came in
No,
with
that
fresh
was
legs
Rawls.
and
I
carried
don't know why
the
they're
ball.
talking about some backup. For this, I'll go with my signature play on the goal line. The halfback toss.
First down following that long gain.
Oh, they're just crowding that box there.
They'll try and run for it with Michael.
And he's in. Christian Michael's in for the score.
Touchdown. Kristen Michael taking it in. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of
A
accomplishment.
little bit off on the kick, but that's all right. It's a kickoff. Those don't. I mean, you could.
That's fielded in the end zone.
There's a lot of room for error on those. Landry making some moves, but the rest of the team comes in and wraps him up. For a net gain of 0.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know
Thomas
they know
coming
the
in,
situation.
making sure Ajayi doesn't get out front.
Punter no longer exists for their
There's no one out there ahead of him.
treat this drive.
They need points.
That is a touchdown saving tackle. At the very least, an explosive play saving tackle.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Looking left side, that's caught.
Lane a little bit late on that,
10 yards
and
out.
Landry's going to get the first down.
First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes.
Gonna bring the blitz again. This play's worked pretty well for us so far.
We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune.
And it worked again as Ajayi is bottled up by Michael Bennett and Jaron Reed.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. They run again with
Ajayi running out again.
and able to use
Gets
his
about
fingers to get this up over the
6
40.
yards?
9
Yeah,
good
6
around
yards.
the run, and now third down.
9 yards.
So
That gain is
Ajayi
6.
Picking up some yardage, and last year only 187 yards as a rookie.
Well, Lamar Miller's gone to Houston. That opens up more possibilities for him. I think we'll see the full range of his game, running and catching this season.
We're going to try cover 1. I don't know about this.
Here for 3rd and 4.
It's
Tannehill.
Tannehill's going to hit Jordan Cameron on the little slant route there.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone.
That's why I wasn't sure about that play, but I don't know. Jordan Cameron's all right. Feel like he would have got that anyway. He comes up every now and then. Ajayi bottled up again. The defense sure has learned its lesson from the previous from that 63-yard run.
Tackle for loss by Michael Bennett. He was second in the NFC in that category last year with 19 of them.
Hard to believe that he went to his first Pro Bowl last year. I thought he would have gone earlier because his impact.
He should have gone earlier.
And in his 8th year now in the league. And Cameron has
That's
it over the
Cameron
middle. The reception
on
good
on,
for
on another slant.
It's 3rd down.
3rd down and 4 to come up.
Look at the size of these players now.
We're going to try blitzing again. One more time. Actually, change this. See what cover 3 does. See how that fares us. Cameron again over the middle.
Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Probably cover 2 could have stopped that, but
Time and a new set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the
second
NFL,
quarter winding
they're
down.
not quite as precise in college?
Dolphins have to get a score here if they want to stay in the game,
College route in the NFL there.
or at least go into halftime with some momentum.
The dead zone and find the first down, and that's what he just did.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new
Oh,
set
I
of
forgot his
downs.
name.
In the red zone
D'Anthony
this time.
Thomas? D'Angelo Thomas?
What a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a
Here we go.
two-tight end.
Tyrell coming in on the
It's
tackle.
interesting to watch what offensive
Making
linemen
sure he
do.
only gets one.
Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Back to throw. Tannehill.
KJ Wright almost got another sack, but
Release as this will be
Tannehill got up just in time.
The hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution.
Would have spelt
yet
the
to create
end
more
for the
time
drive
for
pretty
the
much,
point, or maybe
or
change
any
the
hopes
ball.
of getting a
That's
touchdown.
one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now.
Because converting, that would have been like a 3rd and 15-ish. Converting on that, that's really tough. Tannehill is just going to throw this one away. So the Dolphins will likely kick a field goal to go to lessen the deficit to 18.
Parker, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away.
Oh, I moved a little bit.
Frank's kick is
Messed me up.
good. And high fives for that one as that drive
So,
ends in 3.
our score is going to be 28-10.
They were hoping for 6.
I'm going to try to get another score and possibly get a field goal
But you go to the sideline
before the
and
end of the
points on the board.
half.
Happy.
Another touchdown would be really great.
You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
Here comes the Dolphins defensive unit now. And with this
But
deficit,
I'm going to try my best to
it's
run
time
this
for them
out.
to get a stop.
And partners, you understand very well from our time together and visiting with coaches, Defensive coordinators tend to be a little more.
I need to watch out for Alonzo up there. I see him.
I have a feeling that speech came out about taking a stink.
Oh, lost the ball. Thomas Rawls lost the ball for us, and now Miami is going to get this one inside our 35 at the 31.
The guy who coughed it up and say, "Geez, what did he do?" But hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Rawls, you better be careful. I'm gonna bench you.
I'm not going to tip it.
We'll see. We'll see if he has any more fumble. If he has another fumble, I'm gonna bench him.
Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble,
Tannehill coming up. That's Cameron, but he cannot hold on through the tackle.
brings up second down.
Normally, he's
Earl
pretty
Thomas in the
reliable.
coverage.
Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
They run with a Jai.
Little space for Jai, but he won't get far. There's Earl Thomas again.
And now it's third down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Tannehill.
Jordan Hill coming in on the sack to cause a 4th down and 16.
There to drop him with his first sack
And
of
from the
2016.
37, it looks like they're going to try for a long field goal.
For several reasons, especially because they felt like
Hold on a second.
now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout.
Let me
here
see
on
if they still want to kick.
defense. They got
They
a
still.
little bit of a breather.
Here.
Now they're back and
Here, let's go
set.
return just in case they miss it.
Comes a field goal team now for the second time
They
here
could miss
today.
it.
This
They
from
could make it.
54 yards
This is just in
away.
case. This one.
And I don't think this has the carry.
And it's going to be just short.
Score will stay right where it is.
Just short.
Well, this
Let's see how short that was.
possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Ooh. That's like yards. Or not yards. That's like inches.
The Seattle now ready to march.
What was that? Wow. That is a couple yards short. That's a good 5 yards short. Yeah, that's a good 5 yards short.
Out of the field. And a
I was wondering why they didn't punt it, because kicking a field goal from that range, I mean, unless you got like Vinatieri or something, or Gostkowski, you know, someone who can hit from that far, I would normally punt from there. Because that was what, a 54 yard field goal? I mean, it's makeable, but you got to get it just right.
Doesn't always work out though.
They stay on the ground. Rawls again. Able to get away.
Rawls again gets stopped a little bit.
Bring up a third down.
No gain that time.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle
And
that
we've
guy.
reached the 2-minute warning.
Remain here
We're just
in the first
gonna start the
half.
2-minute
Back to
offense here.
CenturyLink Field.
Try to get in some points before the end of the half. I feel a lot better going in with a 21 or a 25 point
Reminder
lead
coming up at this and every
as
halftime
opposed
this season, we'll
to
be checking
an
in with
18
Larry
point
Ridley
lead.
in Orlando for highlights and
But we'll see.
analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
They find
Baldwin with a nice catch
and he's taken
down at the left side on the corner route.
but not before picking up the first. He's such
So
a
it's
good
gonna put us at the
route runner.
43.
Shows it there on 3rd down, very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've
Gonna
observed
do a bench
over the
play
years
here.
in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times.
Tyler
Because he can
Lockett
trust you
again
in the right
on the
spot,
corner.
and they connected there and picked up a first
Lockett and Baldwin are just locking those Lockett are just locking those corner routes up.
A little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Marvin
It's
right
about
now is
3
just
on the
toweling
play,
up.
maybe
Hope
2.
his hand doesn't hurt
5.
too much doing this or keeps hitting the
I
calculator, but
guesstimated
my
very
goodness,
wrongly.
what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Looking to jam the receivers
I didn't
at
mean
the
to do
line
that.
here. Press coverage look defensively.
There.
They'll come out in the pistol.
See if we can get at least a couple here.
So they give to Rolls.
Oh no,
And this
Fetty
play
get or
they'll lose
Webb
yardage
gets
back
beat
at the
big time.
17. He lost 2 there.
That's gonna be a
and it's
loss.
3rd down.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong.
Let's go bench again.
I mean,
Oh,
he
that's
is
not what I
so
wanted.
strong. Just trying
Quick
to
science,
move
let's try
him.
that.
Take
Let's
one
say it
guy,
usually
2
works.
guys, whatever.
I ain't got his 5 last time.
A lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
Eluding the pressure right. His throw caught.
Possession catch. Baldwin makes
It's a
it.
good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Let's call
Now
timeout here.
whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head
Yeah, this
toward
play
halftime.
doesn't always work, but I'm gonna try it. Oh, not slant. I need stick.
Offense
Stick
moves
wife
to the
aid.
line for play number 7 of the drive. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson.
Graham holds on to it.
End zone for the Seahawks.
What a play. Jimmy Graham is gonna put us up by 34 points, or by 24 points, excuse me.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
I did not expect him to make that catch. The last probably dozen or so times I've tried that play, he's missed it.
They could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
And Hauschka's extra point
And he's been a busy
is
man,
good.
5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's
Hopefully
fielding
the
in
game
zone.
against
And not
LA
willing
is
to
a
risk
little bit
anything
more
late in the half.
competitive.
Just take a knee and they'll bring
I mean, they
the
could
ball
come back.
to the 25.
It's happened before. I've been up, like, one time I was up 24-7 against the, or yeah, 24-7 against the Cardinals, and they went and they came back and beat me 32-24. So I mean, it's possible, but
So we've reached halftime
we'll see.
here on opening weekend.
Halftime
As we send you
is coming
across
up.
The country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report.
Just gonna let that roll for a bit.
I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our
Check my
EA
phone.
halftime report. The Seahawks have grinded their way to a big lead, and they'll keep going to the run game in the second half. The Dolphins will need to buckle down and slow down that run game to get back in this one. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd down from inside the 30. Lockett's the target here, and after the short pass, he'll score. They strike first in the half. Now 1st and 10. Ajayi's got great blocking here. He goes for a big gain of 63 yards before being stopped. Sticking with the same drive, the pass will be caught over the middle. And after the short pass, he'll score. We're brand new at 7. 3rd down from the 10. Wilson's got the completion out of the gun. And this play goes for a score. That puts them up by a touchdown. We go to the 2nd. Russell Wilson would find his mark in coverage. And he caps off the 8-play drive with a touchdown. That puts them on top by 14. Now to early in the 2nd. The run will go outside to the left here. He'll end up running for over 20 yards on the play. Later on the drive, Michael's going to take it off the right side, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone. Seahawks up now by 21. Seahawks with the ball, final seconds of the half. The quick pass and completion is made, and it's caught for the score as the blowout is on.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point.
All right, and we get the ball at half. Oh man, oh man, Miami has got themselves quite a hole to dig themselves out of.
This is taken at his 4.
Oh, Doug Baldwin almost had it.
Return there as he's all the way
Oh
out past the
man,
40-yard line.
Baldwin had all that
Start the
room.
second half. These guys are showing no
What a return,
signs of
dude.
letting up.
What a
They have
return.
chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
Go inside. Let's do a couple design runs for a bit. I want to drain this
What
clock.
I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire
Oh,
halftime just
went a
working
little bit
with
too
them.
far there.
Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in
Hey,
the
we broke
second
100
half.
yards. I'm happy about
Nice first
that.
half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be
I need to
made
turn on the clock
defensively.
real quick. After this play.
A busy afternoon
Controller
continues.
batteries are low. Uh-oh.
No
Shit.
gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Let's see if this works.
Wait, we stopped on that play. We said
This
plenty
is
of
my,
plays all afternoon.
I don't want it to
Every
die
now and then
because,
the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it
when
to
it
them
does
the rest of
this,
the game.
Madden has this glitch where if your controller dies during,
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd
if your
down.
controller dies while you're playing Madden, it won't work.
The Seahawks' 3rd-round pick.
Oh, we didn't get it.
Only a yard
Pro
to
Size's
pick
first
up
run of the
there. It's gonna
game
leave 'em
only got
with a
one on the
3rd
play.
down.
The
I mean,
best
I'm okay
defensive
with punting
linemen,
it.
They play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And this will hit Jim.
Here, let me make sure my... Okay, it's charging. I just want to make sure it was charging, because if this dies during the game, sometimes it'll freeze up and the buttons won't respond, and then you'll have to restart it, and then it'll look bad, look even worse than when my dad came home here asking for the UT card.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably
Ajayi struggling to
inside the locker room.
keep his feet up, and finally brought down by Sherman.
Stop them
He was bringing a whole pack of Seahawks with him, though.
and let's go down
Trying to
field
stay on
and
his
score.
feet.
Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Caught Jarvis Landry, and Landry
And they're able to get this one across
Landry
the
was
35.
getting ready to go out in open field.
17 yards on the
Thankfully,
pickup.
Lane caught up
Drive
with him.
will continue.
But more importantly for them, that's a first down.
Tannehill on 1st down.
Tannehill trying to run.
Gain of 4 on the play. And that'll
Wagner
bring up
and
2nd
Bennett
down.
in on the tackle.
6 yards here to go for the offense.
Gets about
on 2nd down.
4, excuse me. So it's gonna be 2nd and 6. We're gonna try blitz again. Most part, it's worked.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And it's caught by the tight end.
That one was all right.
Catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Gotta give credit where
So
it's
far, he
due.
stayed under 70 yards.
Defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Or under 80, I should say. If he stays under 100 yards this drive, that'd be really great.
Here's Ajayi. Just a 1-yard
Ajayi, did he get there?
It's 4th
No, they're gonna say he was
That's not a
short.
run that's gonna make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well
I would challenge that, but
on the ground. This is
then
another
again,
way
you
to
are
keep
down
something
by
going.
25 points, so might want to save those
away
timeouts.
and a very good kick angled for the
Ooh,
sidelines.
this one's gonna go out
Keep
at the
away from the
13.
returners. This one will be
That was gonna be a little bit closer, but
at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Thomas Rawls getting ready to go here on offense. And there are the numbers.
Here, now we'll put on shoe clock.
We thought he was in for maybe a career day, not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after.
I'm
what we
just
saw
trying
in
to chew the
first
clock,
half,
man.
but let's give a little bit of credit to the guys that
As long as that
the ball. They don't win it at halftime. Made a few
rolls,
adjustments.
what are you gonna get?
You know what else?
Oh, we
They
got
can
2
lose
on
their
that one,
confidence in
but
their ability to play. 'Cause a lot
a
of times
well-fought
you beat
2.
them in the first half, it gets
Well-fought
ugly
2.
In the second half, they've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Play clock winding
The handoff to Rawls again.
Rawls. And a short gain
Gets
across
another
the
2
15 to
yards.
17-yard line. 2 yards
3rd
on
and
the carry there,
6.
that's gonna lead 'em to 3rd down.
I'm gonna try to keep this drive alive.
One more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. There's Wilson to
Caught.
throw.
Jermaine Curse all the way down to the 30 or 29, excuse me, 28-yard line.
In recent years, players, the slot receivers, really gain stature in the NFL because they
Just
can do so
outside
many
the 30.
things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage.
Another handoff to Rawls. Man, my line is really slow getting to their blocks.
A couple of Dolphins in on the stop.
You know how we get focused at end of the half.
We'll try power. Maybe just doing all these inside runs is what's killing us. Maybe that's it.
That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns.
I guess not. We didn't get anything there either.
We're not really focused on it.
A couple of Dolphins in on the stop.
See what we can do from 3rd and 8.
A lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can run to the ball.
Did he hold on?
In this case, he
Lockett did. That's a first.
My name is Mike.
Tyler Lockett keeping the drive alive with a clutch catch.
There's almost always traffic, so anytime
Not very
you're
good at
receiving
misdirections, but we'll see.
You're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come
Ooh, I stayed a little bit too close to that block.
someone there, able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run. And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches said.
Oh, man.
It's not that heavy.
Still a little bit slow.
They'll wind up losing 3.
I don't know why. I'm just not good at these types of
Hey,
runs.
a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice
We'll try
play by the
verticals.
defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction.
We've held them scoreless so far.
Got an extra
Oh, what do I see? I don't see any safety help there.
13. Wilson hit. It's
Couldn't get it.
It's out, fumble. And this is picked up.
It took my lineman. My lineman. They grabbed at that thing both twice. That's 4 different times they tried to grab it.
Down and distance coaches always talk about
And who comes up with it?
I mean, that's third
The defense.
and you just know they're pinning their ears back.
The defense came up with that.
Sometimes even with
No,
extra pressure.
5.
He knew that. I mean,
They both tried to grab it. One of them tried to grab it 3 times and still couldn't get it.
I knew it, everyone did.
And Cameron Wake comes up with it.
And he ended up coughing
How
it
does
up.
that happen?
Dolphins offense now working
How?
their way back onto the field.
Ay, ay, ay.
You can't have too many
All
more
right,
drives.
let's hope our defense can each step up.
To punt it away.
I mean, 35-17.
Offense right here.
That's all right with me.
Guys, he doesn't even
They
exist.
deserve one
He's
this
not a
quarter.
team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some
So far, I've held the Jai to under 100 yards. It's pretty good. So that's pretty good. And if you take out that 60-something yard run, more like held him under 20. So that's really good.
Back to throw, Tannehill.
And Cameron Jordan's gonna pick up the first on the short throw.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They'll run it now out of the gun. able to
And Jai's gonna pick up
gain.
7.
Pick up there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I know I'm using the D line
Up the gut.
a lot, but that's just because I'm not good at using any other voice crack, any other position.
It's a lot easier to stay upright.
I mean, if they're blitzing, I'll do it, but that's pretty much it.
Here's Tannehill,
Ooh, overthrown. Landry could have had a touchdown there.
and it's 3rd and short.
He had Lane beat big time on that pass. So it's gonna be 3rd and 3.
Seattle on 3rd down.
We'll see what they do here.
Defensive backs now.
We'll cover 3 just in case.
And this is
Ooh.
incomplete.
Cam Chancellor sneaking his hand in there
And it's now 4th and 3.
and breaking up the touchdown, the potential touchdown throw.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding.
And the Dolphins are going to kick a field goal.
First down sticks and being able
And they're going to fake it.
bat it down.
And he's not going to get in the end zone, but it's going to be a first down.
Possession. So they
What a play. Cameron Jordan.
for 6, almost got the fake into the end
They,
zone. Either
they
way,
fooled me. I've never done that before.
Didn't we? Did that something?
Good on you. Good on you.
I mean, that was something right there.
and now he lost the
And now it's a fumble picked up by the lineman. That play was almost a disaster.
This when the ball comes free, it's often
And they're right back where they were.
lost it to get it back because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do.
And Ajayi is going to be bobbled up by Michael Bennett for another tackle for loss.
In this case, though, a teammate is able to
He's had a couple of those this game. He's having himself a game, Michael Bennett is. And the screen to Ajayi, and Ajayi's going to score for the touchdown. That's another one that gets me. Screens. I don't know why, but so it's going to be 35-17 as the third quarter is coming to a close. I don't think I'll do anything on my next drive unless Rawls breaks off a big run. We'll see, but I highly sincerely doubt it. Baldwin with another great return all the way to the 36. But I'm going to keep the ball on the ground just to be safe. Because we had that fumble on Russell there. Rawls breaking free. Thomas Rawls got some open room. Can he go? He's going to go all the way for the touchdown. I stand corrected. I didn't think I was going to do anything, but you see right there. That was like a Marshawn Lynch-esque run there. Breaking the first tackles at the first and like in between the first level and the second level, and then just using your speed to burst on in. So we're going to go up 42-17 as the third quarter comes to a close, barring some big play by Miami. Ooh, that was a little bit inaccurate. I looked at the board. It said we've only allowed 179 yards total offense. That is great. That is really great. And we stopped them before they could get to the 20. Even the 20. Stopped more than 15. That is what I like to see out of my special teams.
Teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and
Let's
put
go
points
press.
on the board.
And Ajayi's not going to get far. He gets about 5 on the carry, which I guess is good for him today because we've been holding them in check, as with exception to a couple big runs. We got him a little bit around the marker, but he's going to get over. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. 15 minutes left in this one.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So it'll be first down here after
150 rush yards by Miami. Not what I wanted to allow, but these have I haven't allowed very many pass yards. Almost got him. Tipped. And no one's going to get it. Chancellor's around the area, but it didn't go in. It wasn't in the air high enough for him to catch up there. Still, though, what a play by Sherman. Working on Parker there.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Now Tannehill. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this.
And that is Sims and Dion Sims. I know there's a guy named Sims. I don't remember his name, but whoever it was got the first down for the Dolphins.
That should be pitch and catch.
On first down, it's Tannehill.
Caught Ajayi out of the backfield, and that's going to get him a first down.
And it's first down, Miami.
Dolphins are up to, Tannehill's up to 107 yards on the day. We're doing a pretty good job of limiting him. If I can limit him under 150, that'd be great, but I don't think that's going to happen. We got a flag on the field. It looks like it's going to be for roughing the passer. I think I might have gotten in a little bit too late. Or maybe I went for his legs. We'll have to see what I got on that.
Charles, that's a good call, but these days, you know, quarterbacks, they're...
Here, I want to see that real quick. I want to see how legitimate this was. Oh. Yeah, I can see that. And it's getting a little bit close to the toes there, so that's understandable. So the Dolphins get some free yardage here as they're up now past midfield into Seahawks territory. Tannehill hits Ajayi coming out in the middle, and it looks like Thomas is going to get flagged for horse collar. Or face mask, I should say. I never call horse collar. Ooh, that was not Earl Thomas. That was Marcus Burley. I saw the middle of the field. I was thinking maybe Thomas, you know, because he's usually right there. But no, that was Burley. Michael Bennett on the sack. That's 2.5 now on the game, on the season. Second down and 14 yards to go.
On second down, here's Tannehill.
Ooh, Averill misses the sack. That's okay though, because Tannehill throws a little bit wobbly and Jordan Cameron cannot corral it in. Earl Thomas on the coverage.
Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it.
Cameron in motion. They're going to give it to Ajayi. And Ajayi's going to get this one to the 13 for a gain of 4. Fourth and 10. The Dolphins are going to go for it. They're not going to win, but they sure are going to go out with pride. Tannehill picked off KJ Wright. And KJ Wright's going down all the way to the 33-yard line. They tried to hit Jordan Cameron on the little slant route there, but KJ Wright was right there. He saw that. He read right through it. And we get the ball back. Rawls is going to get us 4 yards. Going to be 2nd and 5 to go.
Not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see
Oh,
how determined
I couldn't hike it. I was pressing A. Damn. Well, it's going to be 2nd and 10. I was trying to press A. I was trying real hard. I promise. So, we're back to where we started. Back to square one. And we don't get back there. We don't get quite back there. We got 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. I'm going to go pass this time because I want to keep the ball. The defense needs a little bit of rest. So I'm going to try to help them out. Ooh, did we get there? I don't think we did. Nope. It's going to be 4th and 1. And I think I'll just punt this one away. No use in going for it. We've already won this.
In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be
No, I was counting on my return team to get, or my cover team to get there, but
Had something going last drive.
Dolphins return team did a pretty good job of blocking, so
They recover.
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about
that time the screen doesn't work, and Ajayi's bottled up for a 3-yard gain.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Remember the good, forget the bad.
See if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it.
Ooh, Ajayi juking out Earl Thomas there. I saw that.
5 there on the run,
I
but
see you
they'll
putting them
run
on
it
skates.
too short here
See
with
what you're
third
doing.
down coming up.
Frustrating for a defense.
Tennessee beats Minnesota. Close game, 21-26.
That'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he'll get
Earl,
it to the
Earl
44
Thomas,
yard line. Only 2
Bobby
yards
Wagner
pass there to
getting Ajayi's little hurt box there. He didn't even touch him. He didn't even touch him on that. Like, look at this. It's like he doesn't touch him. Does he even touch him? Let's see. I don't think he did, but... Okay, I see. Maybe that, like, tiny little touch there gets it. I mean, when you're running, the tiniest thing can usually screw you up big time, so...
on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They run for it with Ajayi.
They go for it, and Ajayi's bottled up yet again by Michael Bennett for another tackle for loss. That's number 4 on the game.
Standing field position. Being just
Michael
short
Bennett
of
is having himself a game, folks.
on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence.
Detroit and Indianapolis are locked in a tight one here. 10-7.
Weak. Well, announce to their team, we're gonna be aggressive, guys. We're gonna go
Just gonna
for
keep running it.
defense. You got me?
No use in trying hard.
To see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. And for one of the few
Rawls
times
stays
here
on his
today,
feet
this
despite
one's not gonna
some
go anywhere.
disruption in the backfield. Gets 1 yard on the carry.
See if they stay on the ground.
See how we do on the stretch.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when
Let's
you run
move
the ball
you.
the first play of the drive,
Now with just
All right, I had to
1
call the
second
timeout.
showing on the play clock, we're gonna get a timeout.
I would not have enough time to do that.
Down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Wilson gonna give to Rawls.
Rawls jumping over Luke Wilson there,
About the 38-yard line.
putting in the extra effort for the 3-yard run.
First down marker at the 31.
3rd and 6 now.
yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one.
We'll see if we can get some here.
Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab,
Pro size is going to get us to the 33. It's not going to be quite there.
try to settle them up.
So
Forget knowing where the first
we'll
down
try
is.
for a field goal.
This defense created
From
their
50
own
yards
scrimmage.
out.
They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-one
Kick is up.
sometimes,
Kick is long enough. It's good.
more people to the
45-17 is going to be your score right now.
3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Exactly. You can never have too much.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now
So the Finns will start their drive
Dolphins
from the
here.
25.
Last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good
That's
job
the
by
second
the
4th down they haven't converted.
offense. They've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful.
Cameron is all alone on in the flat, and he's going to pick up a
It's not necessarily
9-yard gain.
I believe in my offense. Sometimes the
He almost got it the first. That's more like 2nd in inches, but you do you, game. You do you.
exactly what happened.
Think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind.
Kenny Stills on the slant route over the middle. That's good for
I know I've got a defense that can hold up.
about
Nothing flashy there. The
7. I guess 7.
The frustration for the defensive guys.
I'm not good at this estimation stuff.
It's gonna be a bang-bang
7
play
maybe.
in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
Tannehill on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen.
Tannehill on the screen.
And he'll get it into enemy territory.
Cam Chancellor
Field at the 40.
learning not to be fooled this time, but he injures himself on the tackle.
We're gonna get a timeout here as
What
it
is
looks
up,
like
Cam?
it's a
Oh,
Seahawks
he is down
injured.
bad, hurting, holding his knee.
Hate to see this week 1 of the season.
I'm gonna take a quick drink.
Second down now after the pass completion.
It's gonna be 2nd and 1 now after the screen. We got Steven Terrell in. I think that's who it is. Subbing in for Cam Chancellor.
It's Tannehill.
The fake. Averill coming in with the clutch sack, making it a 3rd and long. Yet again. That's 2, and that's our seventh sack on the game.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill.
Averill hits him again, but Tannehill gets it off, but that's all right because
Touch to a 4th down.
Jordan is only going to pick up 4 on that one. Chancellor out with a shoulder tear. Oh, man. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt him. Looks like the Colts have made it a 7. It's now a 7-point game in Indianapolis. This is what I was trying to say. Giants are taking care of the Cowboys 24-7 right now as the 4th quarter winds down.
It was a long field goal, so they probably weren't too upset about it. Although here, obviously, they'd like to give up 0.
Of course, that's the goal each and every time out. But when they make that type of
And the power run
you almost give them a
to
little out of respect.
Rawls. I should have ran outside. I don't know why I didn't.
Feel pretty good about not giving up anything big.
I definitely, if I ran outside, I could have gotten another score.
Big on this drive. 3 yards to go here on
It's all right, though.
2nd down.
We're just chewing the clock, so
Time running out here on the play clock. They come out here in the eye. A running play for Rawls. And he'll get only
Rawls taken down before he can get them to the marker. It's going to be 3rd and 1. And with that, I'm going to go to our fullback, Mr. John Kuhn. Yeah, it is underplay type. What am I doing?
First level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Oh. Okay, the Madden thing's glitching out on me. Oh, geez. Time's winding down. Come on, get up there. Kuhn. He does not get it. It's going to be 4th and inches. At the 22, I'm just going to punt this away. I'm okay with that. I would rather that than something worse, so.
Right to the man in the middle linebacker who often leads his team in tackles. Whoa, shifty! Whoa!
Getting a little shifty there. Jarvis Landry takes it to the 41-yard line, and the Dolphins will have, looks like, one more drive to put some points on the board. Maybe try to leave with a little bit of pride to end the game.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my
And
offense?
Tannehill's just going to throw this one away with Averill coming in on the pressure. Hill coming in as well. Can we get that 8th sack? We'll see. I'm not sure if we will, but we could. I'm going to try.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And Cameron has it over the middle.
Cameron picks up another 1st down. He has been their go-to guy all game. That's 10 catches now on the day. Only 66 receptions, but or receiving yards, excuse me. But I mean that's all right. After this, I'll do my Rams game, and then I will call it good.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 380. On 1st down, it's Tannehill.
Tannehill looking. He was looking for Parker on the comeback, but Devontae Parker, that's his name. I'm over here forgetting all the names.
Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second and 10.
Tannehill
Once more.
looking again.
Over the middle.
Hits Devontae Parker over the middle.
Reception good for 7.
KJ right in on the tackle and the coverage.
Where receivers break tackles,
Third
make
down
people
and 3 to
miss.
go.
Give
A
him
minute
the extra
40
yardage.
and counting
You
left
see
in the
a play
game.
like that, where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot. That's a big time play by the defense.
And he finds Stills complete.
Kenny Stills picking up the first. KJ Wright again on the tackle.
Speed things up here. Now a first down throw. Tannehill. They dump off underneath to Ajayi.
Ajayi's going to pick up
Yard line here, right at the
5
30.
5 yards.
On the pickup, and it'll make it second down. To the air again, Tannehill. And no escape.
Averill again with the sack. That's sack number 8 on the game.
Hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's
And I think that is sack
two more to use.
3.5 on the game, or on the season for Averill. Let's give Michael some love.
Third and long.
Oh, I tried to. Tannehill going, and that's going to be thrown away, basically.
His tight end Jordan Cameron, the
Intended for Jordan Cameron.
down coming up.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot.
Jeremy Lane in the area.
I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation.
Go squeeze
instead.
block. See if we can
Tried to
block
get it all
this.
back in one play.
I don't think we can,
Thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
but we'll
Maybe
see.
he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
This one's going up and
And problems
out of
spread to the
bounds
punt team now.
through
This
the
one
end
goes all the
zone.
way
That's
into
going
the
to
end
be
zone
taken
on
at the
fly,
20.
so that'll come back to the 20.
And I'm just going to knee
Seahawks get
this.
ready to trot out on the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think
Please
about
don't call a
it.
timeout, Miami, please.
Every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes
Hold on a
you don't
second.
win all of them, but they manage
Oh,
to
hold
get
on a
them
second.
today.
Why did I do QB sneak?
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a
I thought
timeout by the offense.
There
That'll
we go,
leave them
clock
with just
management.
one remaining in this fourth quarter of
Little
play.
bit of fluke. All right. There's the knee formation.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts.
And they're not going to call our timeouts. So we'll just need this one more time, and that will be the end of it.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
So, pretty one-sided affair to start off the season. Not as close as my first Seahawks franchise. First one, I won 21-20.
This first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire
Really
season,
big
we get
second
to the
quarter.
playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was
And
really
I think
excited.
that's what propelled us to the win.
Last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Seahawks, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Miami, it'll be a loss in the debut of Adam Gase as head coach. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Oh, those two fumbles, they killed my turnover differential. I didn't throw a pick.
Sports.
I always throw
It's a win
picks.
for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
I always throw picks on this. Crazy. Alright, progressions. I'm gonna wait on that. Do that in a second. We'll look at this real quick. How long is Chancellor going to be out? 5 weeks. Ouch. Ouch. Here. Here, let's fix that in the depth chart real quick. Oh, Kelsey McRae. That's who replaced him. Just want to make sure something was accurate. Alright. So, we got that fixed in the depth chart. I think we'll advance to the next week. I'm going to check the scores really quick once I do that. And then we'll get into week 2. Who is that? Atiba Rubin is back. Alright. Let's put, I guess we'll put Bennett there. Here, let's see how everyone did real quick. No league schedule. Panthers took care of the Broncos by 3. Let's see what that was. Denver had a little bit of comeback going, but Carolina held on. Jacksonville had Green Bay's number, it looks like, and then Green Bay just had the better 4th. Baltimore just had a better overall 3 quarters, so that's the case there. All right. Okay. What's this? Tennessee with a comeback. Indianapolis held on to win there. That's what I thought they would do. Ooh, man. New England sure showed Arizona. That is an odd score for a Pittsburgh-Washington game. It looks like it was Pittsburgh the second half, but Pittsburgh did enough to fend off Washington's comeback, so. And the Rams beating the Niners had an overall better 3 quarters there. So that was week 1. We are we are second in the NFC West because the Rams have that division tiebreaker. This battle will be for the top spot in the West once I sim this. However, we are playing without Cam Chancellor, so it's going to be tough. We're gonna have to rely on our passing offense a little bit because I cannot seem to run against the Rams. I've tried it before so many times, but Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to mess with the unis. I wanted to make it realistic. It's alright, though. Hold on. Did I... I'm gonna have to exit out real quick and check something. Once this loads up.
Hello, everybody.
Well, Larry, there's a new stadium set to open in Inglewood.
Hold on a second. I have to quit real quick and check something. And I also wanted to change the uniforms. And I'm sort of picky about that. It's mostly the uniform thing. Here we go. I like how when I quit, it just took me to that instead of the actual menu. Alright, just want to make sure everything's good. Alright. Okay, play full game. This time I'm going to change the unis. Change it to what they were in the actual real life thing. Why is way alternate like all the way back there? Why is that their official home? That's weird. It does that for Dallas too. It's stupid. Alright, now we're ready to actually officially start this.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. What a game we have for you here. The first meeting of the year between two of the NFL's most hostile divisional rivals. This matchup always among the most anticipated games of the regular season.
Damn fumbles killed my turnover differential. I did so good. I didn't throw a pick. I always throw picks.
1994, it's time for a Los Angeles Rams home game. And here to call it are our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. While the skies may be ominous, there's never a bad day for football. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams.
Who remembers when they were St. Louis? Alright, looks like we did not, looks like we're gonna receive the first half kickoff. I prefer the second half kickoff, but whatevs. And Tyler Lock is gonna take this one out to the 33-yard line. Net gain of 7, or excuse me, 8.
They'll be led out by their fifth-year quarterback, a Super Bowl champion in 2014. It's Russell Wilson.
And hasn't it been fun watching the maturation of Russell Wilson as a quarterback?
You know, it'd be nice with the 2014 season were that true as well. But curse in motion to start this. Ooh. Who was that? Number 95. That was hard to tell.
The starters for the Seahawks of Seattle on the offensive side. Charles, they could use a big game from Thomas.
Whoever that is on the right side just pummeled the Fetty.
player is not supposed to give you nearly 6 yards of carry in production, and that's exactly what he did. They need
That
to
one's
make
caught
him
by
out of it,
Graham.
and they
Good
expect
for
it.
17 yards.
This week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks.
I'm going to try for a run here. A handoff to Rawls. Thomas Rawls gets a little room there. That's good for 7. Solid run. I would call that a very solid run.
Once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good
Play
space for
action.
the guy carrying the ball.
The catch is made here by Tyler
Caught by Tyler
He's gonna
Lockett.
get this inside the 30. 15 yards
Doing pretty good here.
first down.
Doing better than
So
the actual
offense has
Seahawks
it
did.
first and 10.
Although we'll hold that until see if I get a touchdown here.
Responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The defense here for the Rams.
Mark Barron entered the league as a safety, but really plays much more like a linebacker. One thing we always notice at the end of every game.
I like that they let him wear his 26, his number 26, even though he's a linebacker. It's kind of like
Press coverage here.
Oh, I don't.
Now Wilson on 2nd down.
I feel like there are other players out there where it's sort of like that too.
Doug Baldwin, and it's 3rd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
3rd down and 8.
Right now,
Can I convert?
not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game.
95 again coming in. Who is that?
And 8, where are you gonna go with the football?
Who is that coming in?
Not too many things get to
Turn
a
around,
this
buddy. I can't see a name.
But I think it's safe to say that pressure can get
All right, I'm gonna check that real quick. I want to see who that is. Oh, not instant replay. Come on. Depth chart. Because he is pressuring me like crazy. William Hayes, dude. I forgot about him.
On his Hauschka now for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt.
The kick is up. The kick is long enough. It's good.
And the Seahawks
So,
grab a 3-0 lead.
doing all right so far.
Initial drive here this
I wouldn't say
afternoon
necessarily
results in
better than the
3.
actual
Not sure that was
Seahawks,
a
but
statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit.
Mason is going to need this in the end zone for a touchback.
And this will be a touchback, and as we saw in week 1, the new rule, this one coming out to the 25-yard line.
So we were able to get 3 on that drive. 3-0. I like that so far, but let's see if we can't stop them here.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Play action for Goff. Going, intended receiver Kenny Britt, but
Get it to Kenny Britt that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Jeremy Lane in on the
Introduce
coverage.
you to these starters now, and Tavon Austin, a man who really doesn't need any introduction anymore in this league.
He did it all
I
at the
hate
University
Tavon
of
Austin
West
so
Virginia.
much.
Played wide receiver, slot, return kicks, even lined up a tailback and ran for over 300 yards. All of those talents will be on display. in
Michael
this game.
Bennett coming in.
Losing yardage
Tackles
here
Trey
at the
Mason for a
25-yard
loss
line.
of
They
4
lost
yards.
4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's tackle for loss number
Defensive line
5
reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the
on the
time.
year for
If you
him.
really want it, you'll find a way
I think
to go
that's
get
5,
it.
either
And
5 or
the
6,
defense
one
did
of those two.
exactly that.
And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. 3rd and long.
3rd and 14. Goff is going to be taken down by Cliff Averill. Cliff Averill gets another sack on the year. That's going to be 4.5, maybe 3.5.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel.
Dude, I wish sodas were a nickel.
Pay the proper price.
How much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Now it's Lockett.
These guys. I juked way too late there, but it's okay. We got it up to the 43. That's good enough. That's about half a field there, so
Now ready to march out of the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal
Oh, no. I need to win this game.
I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field.
Caught! Doug Baldwin all alone! Touchdown!
Touchdown, Seattle.
I saw him working on the corner there. It was one-on-one. I know if I just lobbed it up there.
Touchdown. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us.
Number 33, E.J. Gaines, tried to dive for the tackle, but he dived a little bit too late. I think he was. It's almost like he was diving for the catch, but he just missed. He just underestimated where the ball would be. Oh no, that's gonna miss.
And his kick is no good. It's an early
Oh,
miss. We'll see if that
jeez.
has any ramifications
Okay.
later here as the afternoon wears
All right,
on.
we're gonna go for 2 next time.
Hauschka to send this one away following the score.
That was embarrassing.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession.
The handoff to Mason. Mason's gonna take this about 3 yards. Get get to -1 yards to carry. Was -4.
Their defensive lineup.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
Dude, he was a steal. He was a steal even his rookie year. I still say he got snubbed for Luke Kuechly for Rookie of the Year that year.
Here's Goff.
Oh, running the wrong way.
Coming and he's
KJ Wright coming in.
Jay Wright.
I didn't think I'd get there, but
His first sack
Wright
of
proved me wrong.
2016.
That's his first
Was the very definition
full
of
sack.
Fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast. And a
That's
big
2
sack.
sacks now we got.
And some secondary
And it's not even 5 minutes in.
on 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. It'll be a
Kendricks
12, but it will also
is
be
going to get him
down.
5 yards ahead, 5 yards up, but
Understanding the game,
5 yards too
understanding
short.
positioning,
That is.
tackling immediately in the secondary
go to
after
sweet spot.
catches. I think we
Oh!
just saw that on display
Stay
right
away,
there.
Thomas.
To him before he ever had a chance
I
to think
almost
about
got there.
turning it upfield. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer.
Oh. Shit.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
I don't know, he ran away from it, and I got to thinking, but then when I realized it, I'd already pressed the button, so.
That's a one-play drive last time. See if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought that
All right, got one. That's all I need, just one.
work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they
All right, if I get sacked here.
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson escaping the pressure right. On the run. He'll let
Oh!
it go. So that one
I threw it a little bit too much to the left, and there's my first pick of the year.
McDonald.
And the Rams are going to get it inside Seattle territory at the 32.
Plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they
I should have waited a little bit longer before throwing it. I had the time.
other defenses
I didn't think I would overthrown it that much.
guys, is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
They'll run again with Mason.
Mason's going to be dropped after
Swallowed up at the
no
line of
gain.
scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. In
Well,
danger
they
of squandering
tacked it as a loss. I'll take that.
as they come up on
I won't take a
3rd and
loss,
7.
but I'll take them losing yards.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Nowhere to turn here.
Cliff Averill coming in again. That's sack number 2 of the game.
Yard line. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
3 sacks in this first quarter.
Exactly what it was
3
being
sacks.
shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
And that is no.
And the kick is no good.
Foot or so wide
No
of the
good.
left. And this score will stay right where it is. The Rams
Was that Greg
defense,
Zuerlein?
we watch them get set to go. And
I
it's
couldn't
like
tell.
down on the scoreboard.
If
This
that
unit
was, that
defense
is
is big
uncharacteristic
time
of him.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to everything look good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you
It goes
want.
back to talking about the field goal.
Winds up no good.
All right.
They start on the ground with Rawls. Trying to find a lane.
And they bottle me up again.
Scrimmage.
There's that stalled running I'm looking for.
Loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there.
We need to get some yards here on this drive. Keep the defense rested.
Second down, Wilson. This complete.
Lockett is all alone. Tyler Lockett running down the field, and he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs,
There we go.
say the corner
Oh, I said I was going to go for it. Why didn't I go for it?
because that is so hard
That's
to
all right.
recognize and so hard to adjust because your
I don't
first
mind.
move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
So 16-0 is going to be our score.
Get out to send this one away.
A little bit of weak on the kickoff.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Rams getting set to go now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, come get a little
Ooh.
closer this time.
Mason dodged a little bit.
Get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. Play fake to Mason. Goff. Blitz coming and
Goff sacked again by KJ Wright, excuse me. Second sack of the game. That's 4 in this first quarter.
QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there, but you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early.
And this one's caught out of bounds by Tavon Austin. So it's going to be a 4th down and 13.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he's getting a workout here.
Ooh, that one was almost blocked.
This is taken at the 23.
Oh, I'm running a little bit too fast there. Let's try running. Oh, that was a good idea. That was a good idea. That's 12 yards for us on the carry.
12 yards on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Seattle first.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. Behind big offensive line,
Yeah, I'm going to go play action here.
offensive line guys trying to
Ooh, I see that.
around people to see him, and he
Can we
gets
wait a little bit? And they're going to get us big time. Albert Ayers and... or Akeem Ayers, excuse me.
For a loss of 6.
And someone else was in on that. I can't tell who that was. It was Akeem Ayers and Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, man.
And then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
On second down, here's Wilson. Complete. Richardson.
Paul Richardson caught, and on the corner, that's going to be a first down for us. 17 yards on the game.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all,
Lockett has a dislocated shoulder, will not return for the game.
he's usually pretty good too.
That's 2 receivers we got out today.
Great spot to get it done.
We're going to have to push this run game really hard. Oh, man. Jimmy, I need 1 block.
First down, this is Rawls.
Okay, when Jimmy blocks, everyone else doesn't.
Right at the line.
Then again, the Rams have probably one of the best D-lines in the league, so, I mean, not much I can do there.
Your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good.
Cut. That's Baldwin over the middle for the first.
No gain.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature.
Let's go 5 wide this time.
Sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant. And oftentimes
Kevin Smith gets it down to the 17. First down.
And a good quarterback facing
Once again, I'm trying to chew this clock up here for a little bit.
Survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
no doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have
Ooh, I don't know about that. Oh, slants could work. Let's try it.
So maybe they want to go to a zone scheme.
Oh, man, they got there.
Carolina did
They were
that.
running heavy on the blitz there.
The game ultimately, they dropped the defense
Big time
line
blitz.
out, and he ended up with an interception in that
I think
game.
that was just
Super Bowl 50.
all out zero blitz.
Some sort of scheme like that to try and get more
I don't even know if they had anyone there, so,
And on second
or
and 10
anyone else
now.
like deep in blanket coverage or anything. I think it was just all one-on-one, zero blitz.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way.
And this Rawls gets to the 10-yard line. That's going to be a 7-yard gain.
Leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10.
I'm going to try this here.
2nd and 10 when probably
We'll see how it goes.
expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're
Hope
the
it goes well.
defense, what are you going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
3rd down, here's Rawls.
Rawls gets through for the first and down at the 2-yard line, doing a little spin,
On 3rd down,
what do you call it? Little roll there.
situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Can we do it again?
9th play on this
I don't think they'll
drive.
let us do it again. It's okay though.
1st and goal here from the 2.
We'll go power.
Rawls.
Oh man, I couldn't juke inside for a bit. I couldn't do that.
Loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We'll let the quarter run.
So we'll get a 2nd and goal.
I was counting on him running inside, so that's why I stayed outside. I probably should have done a little juke as soon as I turned up there, but what can you do? We're up 16-0 at the end of the first.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
We were going to play that worked last time.
And this seemingly endless drive continues.
I don't know how, but it worked, but we'll see if it works again.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And that will be
Graham
out of the
can't
end
get
zone.
both feet in.
Judge, it's ruled incomplete. They tried the fade there to the back corner, and Charles, you know very well that can be hard to stay in bounds on that route.
So difficult because you have
Try
to
stick.
start the route.
I don't want to run it from here because the Rams have a pretty stingy front seven.
Just as you described, if the defender's able to take away
And broken up by Alec Ogletree. 4th and goal. I'm going to kick a field goal.
but obviously you want want the interception in this situation. You want to take
Ooh, don't miss this.
chance, and they have
Oh,
anything to make on
barely in there.
things happen so quickly.
19-0 is going to be our score right now.
That you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So a little fortunate there because that one was definitely leaking right.
Without a doubt, maybe
You think? I aimed at the middle, and it went just inside the crossbar.
In the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to it.
Watch me whip.
And now out on
Watch
the
me,
field
Nene.
comes Los Angeles. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul searching now.
I would say so. And they need
Oh,
to help out their defense.
I got a little bit too far outside.
Feels a lot more than normal.
And Goff
What's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance.
hits
to
Benny Cunningham out of the backfield, but I think that's going to be a legal forward pass. It is. He stepped just over the line.
So the flag
I
is
will
for
take
the
that
very
penalty.
rare illegal forward pass penalty.
Not often that a quarterback forgets where the line of scrimmage is. They have an innate sense about it. On this play, the quarterback did.
Mason, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And we've allowed negative 16 yards.
They've got to think about changing up their
5
play.
rush
Some
yards.
screens, some draws,
Here,
plays
it'll
in
probably
order
come
to
up
try and
soon.
supplement
Oh, no,
the
I guess.
run game.
All right.
You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And that is
Incomplete.
The intended receiver, Tavon Austin.
Looks like KJ Wright was in there on the coverage.
So difficult to
Or was it
finish
Sherman?
when Richard Sherman's in the
I
air
couldn't tell.
because of his length.
Richard
He's
Sherman,
able
that's
to
who it
play the
was.
football even late and knock it away, and that's exactly what he did there. And this guy, all-pro, last year only a Pro Bowler because other people had big years. Maybe it's because his interception numbers went down. He only had 2 last year, but I don't know if that's just him.
Oh, I couldn't slow down.
To make sure he doesn't
Fights.
make big plays.
I keep forgetting to take my finger off the right trigger so I can slow down and make those tight turns.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes,
Oh.
no one wants to see an
Oh, Effetti almost hit that into the hands
ball game and over
of
the
Akeem
course
Ayers.
of the
Or,
season. Throwing 2 touchdown passes.
not Akeem Ayers.
That's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be
Oh,
hoping to
who
make
was
it
the
a
linebacker?
3-to-1 ratio
Was it
here
Akeem
in the
Ayers? No.
second quarter.
It was something William Hayes. That's his name.
A fake
Hard to remember all these names.
Wilson. And he comes back with
Paul Richardson with the first down catch. That puts Wilson over 200 yards on the day. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not bad stats for a road game against the Rams,
secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And
especially for a second quarter.
feel like you can always bounce back after plays.
Ran a little bit too fast. I need to learn to slow down.
Starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he's got
And I'm sacked again. Michael Brockers. A 10-yard sack. Holy jeez. Jeez, oh man, 10 yards.
The end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he couldn't
Joe Baldwin could not hang on to it.
incomplete.
That's some heavy traffic there anyway. I'll give you that one. So, we're going to punt this ball away.
That's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up.
Nice high kick. Get away, get away, get away, get away. All right. They've done that. They've done that before, where they've gone and touched him right after he catches it. I just want to make sure that didn't happen.
Set to take possession. And on the last go around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because they
And hitting Lance Kendricks, finally. That's good for 17.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end.
finally getting some positive yards there, both the net and personal stats. Oh, get out of the way, please. Kelsey McRae coming in on the sack from his strong safety position. The dual safety blitz works out again. 5 sacks in the first half.
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Second down and 21 yards to go from the 29. Keep Bennett for a bit. Give him some love.
Here's Goff now on second down. He's got time in the pocket. Under pressure.
Sacked again. Jaron Reed this time. Sack City. That's his first of his career. Third and 25 now.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you get 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack...
Caught Riley Cooper over the middle to the 35. That's good for a gain of 10. But it's 15 short. And Marcus Burley is down on the field holding his ankle. I think coming in to replace him will be Brandon Browner. We'll check that once it comes up. But
deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Let that do its thing. Okay. If that had hit like the 5 or something.
Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways.
Oh, I heard that song. I hope YouTube doesn't catch that.
If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win.
Oh, not a good play.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. It's a loss of 4 there.
Turf toe. Ooh, all right. So Brandon Browner is going to be our substitute for the. I think that's the dime slot.
Now, how about where he's at now?
Yeah, truthfully, he's no longer a defensive back. He's really an outside linebacker, but he doesn't want to hear that. So as coach tells him, you're a defensive back.
Jimmy Graham is open over the middle. That's going to take us to the 43.
Gain of 27.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is
Let's try another run. Anyway, I heard that song playing in the background, Madden. Better not have gotten me unmonetizable.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one
Otherwise, goodbye YouTube revenue.
he had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of
What am I saying? I don't make money from YouTube.
kids can't get it. Offensive line
I wish I did.
creating space for
I wish I was that good, but
But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
This is wrong.
another tackle for loss. Man, the Rams are just humbling me. Oh, I'm an answer for them. At least they're a run defense. Jermaine Kearse picks up the first, coming out on the drag route. Crossing route, I should say.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots.
Kevin Smith
Catch the ball. I think we just saw that.
with another beautiful catch. He's starting to pick it up.
So they complete the pass and now they face a second down.
Oh, can we get Kearse out in the open? Let's see.
Wilson on second down. The grab made,
Kearse is out in the open.
and he's taken
Let's
down,
go.
but
Let's
not
go into the
before
10-yard
reaching the
line.
10-yard line.
First down and 10.
Defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing.
We try a run here.
Quarterback like he is to not play too much zone.
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme.
Whenever Graham blocks, Ifedi doesn't block. Whenever Ifedi blocks, Graham doesn't block.
It doesn't matter. You just
I think it's still a little bit better than Bradley Soul. Bradley Soul has a lot. He has a lot of holding calls whenever I play this, so I'm gonna call it an improvement. Gets to the 5, 6. All right.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramp.
We'll try slants. We're trying slants from the 6, not the 2, 6. Maybe it'll work then. Caught. Jermaine Curse holds on for the touchdown.
His second touchdown on the season, and the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
Oh, okay. That's all right though. I don't need to kick it that far, so.
Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And down on the scoreboard.
LA's at 0?
To avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
They are. Holy shit. Good job, defense. I mean, that just changed, but now they're at 1, but still. Shit, defense. That's 1 yard in almost 2 quarters. That is insane.
It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Now it's gone.
And that's caught Tavon Austin, and Tavon Austin is gone. That'll get him some yards. 74 yards. So now they're up to 75 yards.
Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
Oh, Sherman, what are you doing?
That tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast.
0 to 100 real quick.
Speed and complete that play.
And that'll make this a 19-point game.
Just as I was bragging about defense holding them to yardage. 75 yards in 1 half, though. That's still okay. Heck, 100 yards, that's still okay.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. It'll bring it back to just about
I tried to get there.
the 24-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes.
That's good for 2. I need to find some way to get Rawls going.
Come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Or maybe we'll get something here.
Guys on the defensive side of the ball held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now.
That gets about 4. That's a little bit better. 3rd and 4.
Think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles. Because we have
See if our line has the patience, or has the endurance, excuse me.
when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there.
Pro size out of the backfield. That's going to be a first down. All the way to the 46.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can
Caught by Kevin Smith over the middle to the 31.
blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And with that last play, he's
I'm over 300 yards passing.
300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL,
Good job, Wilson.
routine, and I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game.
Or at least now we'll have a second half to work a little bit on our running.
Achieved that in this performance.
All right, they want us to go 2-minute offense, no run. We'll try that. We'll see how that goes.
In Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. There's Wilson. And the tip there altered.
Batted away by Aaron Donald.
It'll be second down.
He was up and ready for that.
On the defensive side of the ball, but For the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away,
Jimmy Graham out in open field, all the way down to the 4-yard line.
some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
There's completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Oh, I almost got there if he'd turned.
Packaged together, you light up the eyes of an offensive
It's like they either go super fast or super slow. So, I mean, I can't. It's hard to do this.
finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
I see an opening. Can we get it? Can we take advantage?
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot of
Almost. They're doing a really good job run stuffing us.
create some space in the run game. Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on second down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes now. Here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily
No.
second down,
I'm gonna try it.
you run your play fake, your play action,
I'm gonna try it.
show run and throw the ball. Now they brought up third down, they'll have to throw it anyway.
Ooh, I got tripped up. Does he get in? He doesn't.
It's just their first.
That's
so they'll
alright,
have
though.
2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Kick a field goal.
Hauschka now for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight
Ooh,
angle.
a little bit off.
Hauschka's kick
It's okay, though. He got in.
And that will extend their lead now up to 22.
29-7 is going to be our score
Field goals for him now.
as halftime comes to a close.
3 for 3. So even though this offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the score.
He hasn't played well. He had one good pass. That's it.
Make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together.
In the vicinity of Trey Mason.
Including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give
A little bit underthrown there.
and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Back to the air. Goff on second down. A dump off for Mason. And they'll take him down at the 30.
KJ Wright on the tackle.
Now hold everything here. We're gonna get
Third
to
down and 4 is going to be your
offense. So that
spot
means
here.
they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the gun on third down.
A little bit late on that.
Surveying the field.
Goff is going to throw this one away.
So he just tossed it away, but that brings up fourth. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very
I'll return it for the
difficult
9.
throughout the half.
And Baldwin's got some open room here.
A terrific
Down to the
return,
40-yard
30 yards
line.
all in all. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime.
Here, let's try one bench play real quick. If I catch it in bounds, I'll call the timeout.
Fading here in the second quarter. Not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Got 3 on that.
Whistles come in. We're
That's
gonna get a
good.
Timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
All right. I'm going to try to sneak in one more play so we can go up 36-7
3 of them to the right
or
side.
35.
On second down, Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is
And almost caught.
with 5 seconds to go.
5 seconds left.
Offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6
I just,
plays per game that they call shot plays or
Here.
big
This
plays.
will be our
They have
last
the
chance
opportunity to dial 'em up, and they just did.
to get that deep ball. We'll see
With
if
a great
that
chance to
works.
make a big play. That's gonna hurt.
Cut! Oh, couldn't hold on to it. Couldn't hold on to the process. That's all right, though. 29-7 is going to be our halftime score.
We'll be back
Get
after
that
this.
run.
You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game. Turnover differential this game, even so far, was... No, it wasn't. I'm thinking of the last game where I got a pick. No.
Offense early in the first. Here the pass is completed into coverage, and he goes in for the score. That takes the lead up to 9. Now midway through the first, here we get a quick pass and completion, and nobody can stop him on this long touchdown. That pushes the lead to 16. Seahawks line up at the 36. Wilson's gonna complete the pass, and the pass and catch will end up going for 26 yards. Same drive, Wilson's on target here, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Seahawks push the lead to 26. Rams have it late in the second. A quick pass, it's complete, and this will go all the way for a touchdown. This cuts the deficit to 19. So that will bring our halftime report to an end. We'll send you back now to Brandon and Charles in LA to start the second half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more.
And Mason with a run of the first half, or first run of the second half. Get that right.
This is a really important.
That's good for 5.
Talk about team scripting plays to start a game.
Still under 100 yards in total yards.
And their script
That's pretty good. If that goes over, I would like that to stay under 200.
We'll see if that script
If not that, then at least 250. Kelsey McRae almost came in on the sack. Jared Goff gets rid of it just in time.
saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again.
Just 20 plays so far. The Rams are getting beat big time in the time possession game. And Tavon Austin breaking through, almost stays on his feet, but is brought down by Kelsey McRae.
Don't you think that when
Tavon Austin is tearing us up right now. Just tearing us up through the air.
really do, get it to him underneath in any type of space and let him create from there.
Mason on the toss. And he will
Mason
rush
brought
it
down,
to the
smacked
4-yard
down
line.
by KJ Wright.
3 yards, and now it's
9
second
rushes,
down.
8
Well, Brady,
yards.
so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
To throw on second down is gone.
Play action Goff.
He's going to launch this thing way down.
Launching it and holding on is Kenny Britt for the touchdown.
Kenny Britt, his second touchdown on the season.
What a play.
Draw a bit closer.
What a play. And the Rams are going to go for 2 on this one. Gonna hoping to make this a 14-point game.
Think so? But I'll guarantee
The give to Mason, and Mason is going to be stopped. He's not going to get there.
in the moment, he's just feeling good about
29-13 remains the score, and it's a 16-point deficit.
Not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown.
Earl Thomas to return this.
Two-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Doesn't get very far. Gets across the 22, almost to the 25, but I would prefer it if he'd get to the 25. But what can you do? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I tried to go up here, but I hit one too many. The handoff to Rawls. Couldn't get much on that one. I had a really good week last week, but this week the Rams are just stopping me. Every turn, every single run I try seems to not work.
Maybe it was the big meal he took him for.
We'll try an ISO.
Game last week. I don't know. Being a little
Try a
bit
dive.
facetious here, but I do know that after last
A
week's
dive
game,
got us
the
2.
coaching staff awarded game
It's all right.
balls to every starting offensive lineman. They're not playing to the same level this week. I don't know if they're seeing different things on defense that have really fouled things up in their blocking scheme.
It's the Rams. That's all I got to say.
Because right now, he's not finding the creases, can't find the gaps to get through and get upfield.
Caught by Jimmy Graham for the first. Jimmy Graham still in open space. Jimmy Graham down the sideline. All the way down to the 8-yard line. Did a little bit too much spinning there. If I was able to, if he hadn't done that, he probably could have gone all the way. But shit, what can you do? That 5 catches, 141 yards. See a little opening here. Can we exploit it? Got 2 on the carry. I think we are just going to average 2.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
6 yards still to go here on 2nd and goal.
Rawls gets 1 on that one.
The gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease.
Try slants. Slants from the 5. Can't be as bad as slants from the 2, though.
They come out here in the I. Now Wilson. The grab made by Curse over the
Sneaking in there is Curse. Gets us to the 1.
decision here on 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that.
I'm going to kick it. I won't risk it.
Stopped him in his tracks. And Hauschka's kick is good.
That'll put us up by 19, so
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
Goff looking. Could have had Trey Mason out of the backfield, but he can't hang on. Try and look and run a little bit too late there. Or a little bit too early, excuse me. And he dropped the pass.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Michael Bennett coming in on the sack. His first one of the game.
In there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him
7
this
sack.
afternoon. Big
7th sack of the game for the team.
The offense needs to convert
And
on
is
3rd.
that 3? Can't tell. That was yeah, that's his 3rd of the year.
It's gone.
A Ty Rubin almost getting there for the safety,
So
but
he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it.
Baldwin's got some open room to return this. Baldwin shaking free. Doug Baldwin crosses midfield.
Excellent return
Down
that
at the
time,
42.
26 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seattle now ready to march.
All right, let's do some running.
And last time they got 3 points, but
Chew
it was
up
a
this
chip
clock
shot
some more.
field goal. And when you go to the
We're
sideline,
kind of doing bad in the run department, but
it's not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
bobbled up again.
Plays and they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
Whenever that happens, I'm always worried I lost like 5 yards. And then when I look at it, it only turns out to be 2.
When you can get them, not easily done.
20 rush yards.
Winding down.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that.
Here's Rawls, and he is going to lose yardage here. So
Yeah, that's
loses
-3.
3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
So Brandon, when this
We're going to have to try verticals to keep the drive alive. I want our defense rested up.
Until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long.
Caught Doug Baldwin over the middle.
And he goes down, but not before getting this.
Working on the linebacker, Alec Ogletree.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball.
I saw that cover too.
Key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll
Gets
get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry.
2 on the play.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running,
Every time I get a 2-yard run, take a drink.
and guess what? Now
You
get
will die
ready
of
to tee
alcohol
off on the
poisoning.
quarterback 'cause they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature.
That one was good. 5 yards. I'll take that.
Gain of 6 moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That was a good run, and it got to the second.
All right,
level.
3rd and 2. I'm gonna give it to my good old
That's where the
fullback.
linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive
That's
front.
concept. I need
Last level
play
being
type.
secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
So offense moving a little too
Oh,
slow there. Could not get
that 3
set.
seconds
They get
went
the
by
penalty.
way quicker than that. That's way quicker than I thought. I thought I had time to change it. All right, 3rd and 7. Let's try a screen. Why not?
Outside, they're playing
We
press
haven't
coverage.
played a screen all year, so we'll try it.
On 3rd down, Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will have the first down.
Procise, he got there. CJ Procise picking up the first down with a screen. Good job, Procise. Earning your keep.
Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very
And Rawls is going to get in finally for the touchdown.
Seattle. Thomas Rawls, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the
That
credit
one guy
for
in the
that
crowd.
touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
And that will bump
Kick is
the
up
lead
and
to
good.
26.
39-13 is going to be our score.
So that drives
26
7 plays
the
in
deficit.
And it's Thomas Rawls who finishes it off with a touchdown run. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't
Go
worked
to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something.
And he's going to be grabbed.
And Michael Bennett coming in for sack
In there to
number
get him
2.5
his
on the
second
game.
sack now of the afternoon.
Or second
That's the
sack, I
second
guess.
sack of the day for Michael
Oh, it was. I
Bennett.
thought he had
And
2 sacks
I would
already.
bet that if we
All right,
traded his
that's
sack,
good too.
they come from a variety of spots along the defensive
8
front. He
sacks
knows how to
on the
find
game.
matchups and exploit
Again,
them.
that's 2 times in a row. That's 16 on the year.
That quickness just gets him upfield and right into the offensive backfield.
On the screen, this is Mason.
Mason breaking open field
Good game.
down to the 44-yard line.
21 yards.
21 yards is the gain.
Through his mind
course.
when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2
And
up to the 46. The snap
only 2 on the gain.
under Jaron Reed.
But I think
Jaron
we'll find
Reed
out
highlighting
if
the
is
stoppers
able
up
to be
front.
broken and get all the way to the end zone.
Reed, you are
This
doing your
short
job.
can
I
still
like
have
that.
value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And he is
Michael
on
Bennett
the
with another
charge.
tackle for
It's a
loss. That's
loss of 2.
number
Now 3rd
6
down.
on the
This
season.
is another example of how the defense is winning
Second
this
of the game.
Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now
He
as a
got
play
6.
caller, you gotta give him a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a
Riley
little bit
Cooper
more.
in the slot.
Running backs help you
Tavon
out,
Austin out
blocking, but you
wide
gotta
next to
help
him.
get some confidence
Goff throws it to Cooper.
The completion good for only
To the
6,
50-yard line. 4th and 3.
Throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size.
I've got some tough games coming up, so
Their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the
out of bounds at the
side judge
16.
He says it crossed
I think it's
16-yard line.
it's
And out
week
now come the Seahawks. And they
no
will
week
simply
3 we
try
play
to
the
duplicate
Jets,
what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
and then we play the Falcons.
Easy, right? To be able to
The Falcons will be a tough game.
replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure
That's Graham again.
but they gotta have
We're
great confidence.
getting close to that 500-yard mark.
And he is enjoying another fine performance just like a week ago. I mean, let's be honest, when he's playing like this, it creates a lot of matchup nightmares.
And it really does because it creates a ton of headaches. You tried to
Paul
design
Richardson
so many
caught.
covers for a guy
Paul
like
Richardson out in open field. Paul Richardson all alone. He is going to go for the score.
Touchdown, Seattle. Paul Richardson, 77 yards. And the Seahawks are running away with this one.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone.
Crowd is silent, completely silent. Let's take a look at some of these scores. Panthers taking care of the Niners. Is that a 0?
Not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchdown.
Redskins beating Dallas in a very close game, 32-29 it looked like. Bengals taking care of business against the Steelers, I think that was. New England took care of business against Miami. We got a flag on the field. Tell me who that was for. Come on. False start. All right, I'll take that.
And give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Arizona having a really tough year so far. A really tough start, I should say.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Trailing 17-14 to the Bucks.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift. And
Bucks are looking to start 2-0.
offense feels like, hey,
Unlike the real ones.
But defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. And this is a blowout so far as we get set.
Oh, it sure is.
One-sided affair.
In fact, I need to turn Chew the Clock on, if it's not already on.
Maybe expecting a throw.
Off. Batted away.
Dropped it.
Michael
Now
Bennett,
it
the
was
culprit.
tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
4th down
Here's John
coming up.
Baker now, as he's on to punt for LA.
Baldwin back deep
While
to
we're not
return
playing
this
3
one.
yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's
Hey, I've come to witness sports. What's going on, Mokio?
slow motion and both sides trying to get to the football.
This is going to be really boring because I already have this one, but... Oh, come on, Baldwin. That is a really good return.
That one, as it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Sorry if I didn't see that message before.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And there's a run to be happy with. good, solid yardage, he'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The play clock's running down. To throw is Wilson.
Rolling out.
It's caught.
Gonna have to go to my check down, Jimmy. Come on, and he doesn't quite get there.
This time. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man.
3rd and 1. Can Rawls get it for us?
He may not juke you
Let's
a whole
see.
lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270.
Rawls breaks the first one. That's all he needed, though.
He's gonna be tough to
Gets a
bring
good
down.
3-yard gain for the
It's
first.
enough to move the chains.
3rd and 1.
Yeah, I need to turn on 2 the clock.
Fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
Time running out here on the play clock. Back to the ground on 1st. Again, it's Rawls. Give it
That's good
a
for
second and
2.
8.
Another 2-yard run.
Defense is functioning really well.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Stays what we call
Just to make sure it was on that. All right.
guy playing
I couldn't tell earlier,
the guy
but
we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
On 2nd down, Rawls. He'll get about 4 here. Down
Rawls
the
gets
30-yard line. On the stop was TJ.
5 on the run.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back.
Let's try it again. We're doing all right on the run. We're doing all right.
Thank you.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
They'll run with Rawls. And
Rawls with a little juke action, and that gets him to the 34 for a first.
the pick up there, and it moves the sticks.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On the ground, it's Michael. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run a simple.
And a loose
Oh,
football.
oh, Rawls, you fumbled it again. Oh, no.
And now the
Russell,
Rams
get
have
to him.
got it going the other way.
Russell. Russell's not going to get there.
Return touchdown, LA.
That's going to be a touchdown.
In the end, but still, obviously something the coach wants to avoid.
Rawls, that was your second fumble.
Cost the team because of where they are in the
Or no, that was your... Was that your second fumble?
score, but the football.
That was your second... that was your second fumble in 2 games. You know what? You've had enough, Rawls.
Cut the lead down to 26.
I'm going to put you on the bench. Oh, wait. Here we go. There we go. That works.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return
And
is positive as
we had a
it's
really good return, but
25 and up to the 27
negated by
yard
the
line.
flag. Illegal block in the back. It was only a matter of time. That's what killed us in the divisional round last year.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
Devin Hester had that amazing 90-something yard return. Or, no, not 90 yard, but it was like 50-something yards. Took us all the way inside the Falcons' 10. But the illegal block in the back negates that return and instead puts us inside our own 10. 2 plays later, Russell gets sacked in the end zone for a safety, and the Falcons go on to score like 20 unanswered. It completely changed the momentum of the game. Sorry I didn't see that message earlier, Mokio. I got into this a little bit, and I never glanced at the chat for a minute, like I normally do. Alright, so 4th down, we're going to put this ball away. Don't want to take any unnecessary risks, so...
Just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Daryl Simon with a nice little stop there. Brandon Browner and Mike Morgan in on the tackle as well.
with a 1st and 10. The Seattle defense getting set to go. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3 and out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3 and outs, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here. See if they can force another 3 and out.
Lance Kendricks,
To his tight end. This is Lance
good for
Kendricks.
2 yards.
2 yards on that
Good for
play,
2 yards.
And that'll make this a 2nd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were
Oh,
kids,
I
he'd run
tapped
about
it.
3 different routes,
I
and that was
tapped it. Okay, game.
Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
I deserve that. I tapped it.
Too quick
So it's
to
going to be
trigger
2nd and
that
3
time.
instead of
Neutral
2nd and
zone
8.
action, and that'll cost him 5 yards. To throw on 2nd down is gone. Over the middle, Cooper.
Caught. That's Riley Cooper.
Near the 40 to the 39. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Back to
Now Goff on 1st down.
Goff.
He's gonna be
Ooh, I hit it too early. That's going to count as a roughing the passer. Because Madden had to go and change their rules. They, most of the time when you hit them right there at the ankles, they'll get you every time, almost every time. Wasn't even a hard hit, it was just an awkward hit. And it triggers the roughing the passer.
on 1st and 10. Goff. And his throw is
Goff had
incomplete.
Austin a little bit open there, but Sherman on the coverage there to make sure if he did, he wouldn't have gotten far, but it didn't matter because Goff overthrew that. I think he was just trying to throw that away.
On 2nd and 10. Goff.
Almost got there. This one's open.
Busted with a catch.
Caught. That's Austin. Working on Sherman again. Gets him on the corner route.
And time was
That is a
able to
tough
survey
one
the
to
field
defend.
and find a
Either
soft
way,
spot
you
in
could
the
be
zone.
Dion and have a hard time defending that.
Brandon, you go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds
Can the
it,
Rams make this a 19-point game again? We shall see.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week ago. And, partner, I think you can pin some of this on that O-line. The room to run just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball. What was that?
Got him.
I mean, they were off the ball fast, penetrating, getting into the offensive backfield, really spilling a lot of runs before they got started. So I thought your observation was spot on then, and you're right there again this week. Same thing is happening, not able to get started because they're not able to control the point of attack.
Now Mason. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now. for
4th
the
down,
second time
and
today.
the Rams are going to kick a field goal, try to go up, try to cut the score, and try to be behind
And that'll put us
by
within
double.
3 scores as it becomes now a
They're down by 23 now.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to
Oh, they're going
matter, but at
onside.
least They get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed.
Let's
all
see if
game
we can
long.
do it.
But hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
Recovering it is Brock Coyle.
They have. Now they're down big
And
here
with that,
in
I
the
think I'll
fourth.
just
They
try to
had
run this
try the
clock out.
onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now
622 yards of offense.
You've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe
A little slow getting there, Michael.
yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
A little slow getting there.
Time by William Hayes. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I'm not going to run that, so.
The good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way.
Russell
Of course,
using his
Russell
feet to get a first down.
uses speed to
What a
get there in the run
play.
game. But one thing that's confirmed is that Russell
I wasn't sure if he was
Wilson
going to
knows
get
how
there.
elude pressure, and he finds openings to throw the ball, and he does the same thing in running it. He lost about 300 yards from last season in his rushing total.
Russell, the handoff to Michael, Christian Michael, and Christian Michael is going to go for the touchdown. Another score.
Touchdown on the season, and this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receiver...
Extra point is up and good.
Good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt, you need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it.
Cliff Averill, another sack. That's 4. 4, count on 4 on the game.
And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Sack 6 on the year.
To finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Probably 6.5 though, I think.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Second down and 17 yards to go. About 3 hours into the stream, we're going to wrap things up here with this 2-minute drill here. Kenny Britt's going to pick up a first down there. Good job, Mr. Britt. Getting a little pride for your team going. Arizona coming back. Looks like that might be a winning score, as there's a minute 58 left. Winston and crew are gonna have to come back. They're gonna have to put on one last drive. See if they can do that. Do just that.
Back to the air. Goff on second down. Finding time.
Goff hit as he throws Cliff Averill again.
Now it's third down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing on third. Goff. Toward the sideline.
Goff this time hits Riley Cooper.
Both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tap it, and drag it to make
Goff
sure it's done.
pumps, looking, caught Cooper over the middle, and that's up to the 47. That's a gain of 6. Second down and 4 remains. Cooper in the slot again. Britt out wide. Goff hit as he throws, but gets it off to Lance Kendricks in the flat. 5-yard gain. That's a first down and 10. Run to Mason, and Mason is going to be stopped again. 16 rushes, 21 yards.
We're seeing in this game, controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent.
I think that's Kendricks in the slot. And he hits Kenny Britt, and Kenny Britt is gone. He just roasted Lane right there.
Yeah, I
off the lead. It's now a 23-point.
Final. Arizona beats Tampa Bay 28-27.
And the result for the Rams, a touchdown.
I'm going to try to get this. I want that last touchdown.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
I'm going to try to break 60. I'm going to see if I can.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
10 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be
Oh, I'm so close to the record.
And with this guy, I don't know that you're surprised when he has back-to-back.
I'm going to try to get the record.
He just keeps excelling.
I have a reason to be a tryhard. I'm trying to get the record. If I can get that record, that'd be awesome.
He tries to make himself better. Almost like those great basketball.
Caught Paul Richardson. And there's the record.
Magic Johnson. What do I need to work on to get better? Michael Jordan had that
554 yards.
Those are the best.
I'm just going to keep doing that until they try to stop me.
Oh, Wilson gonna throw. Complete.
Yep. They're not stopping me.
Go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what
All
that
right.
generally means?
I think this is a nice spot to try it.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to fire one. This is caught.
Caught.
Inside the 50.
One-handed
Hold
catch.
everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use.
I'm going to end on that.
Stages.
No, I actually do want to kick a field goal, so. Oh, wait. There. I want to kick a field goal to end it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now whistles come in.
All right, we'll get one more to totally center it.
That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They come out here in the eye. They go to Michael again. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as
All right.
they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Just to fuck with him.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick here is good.
It's
That will
through.
make the lead now 26. So
Let's
yet
see if I can-
another field
let's see if I
goal
can
end
recover
drive
this.
That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time
They
again,
got it.
he's come through.
Good job, LA.
They'll call it a
That's gonna end
convincing
it.
win here in this
I'm
one.
sorry I
They've
missed you,
had some
Mokio.
interesting plays throughout. Maybe one of the most interesting ending the game on an
I was
onside
getting a little
kick.
bit too into it, and I forgot to look at the chat.
No, you're exactly right.
Um,
And maybe they just wanted to work.
I'm gonna
on
say by
something.
fall, maybe midsummer, I
Even
should
though
have
you
my
score, you work on
my
it,
new
you get it,
laptop,
you feel good about
and
that.
hopefully I'll get
I
that
remember
set
I
up, get
could
the
just not waste those onside kicks. You
get
don't
all the
need
overhead
them
stuff
anyway.
set up
Let's not use it when we don't
to where
need
I can
to.
actually see the notifications and stuff
So
come
for
up
the
on
Seahawks,
screen
it
and
was a
stuff.
great all-around
So
performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for LA, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks ruined the Rams' grand return to L.A. as we say so long from Southern
Yeah, but they got,
California.
they may be on a turnover differential. Oh, I forgot to look at stats. I meant to look at stats. This thing got Hausch gets some really nice stats. All right. Just gonna skip that. .600 yards exactly. Oh my word. Goff had a pretty good, did pretty good. I'm gonna look at. Oh, I was gonna look at sacks and stuff. Let's show here. I held him to under 300 yards. That's good. Guess I'll have to go into here and do it. One and a half, two sacks. Averill had 4. Wright had 2, so that makes 6, 8, 9, 10. 10 team sacks. Holy catfish. Go ahead and advance. I'll see if they say anything about that. That is incredible.
Every week. Make sure you use all of your points. A portion of your remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
Fair deal. My stories. Oh, they didn't say anything about the 10 sack game. It's alright though. Alright, so I'm gonna do a little special thing where at the end of each episode, I'll go look over the stats. Take about 15 minutes to do so. Alright, so Russell Wilson, one more game to 1,000. Thomas Rawls, a little bit under 300. Still pretty good, 4.5 yards a carry. Graham having a great start to the year. Looks like the sacks are coming from my guards and my right side. Michael Bennett leads the team in tackles. Tackles for loss as well. Earl Thomas has the most assists. And Michael Bennett has the most solo tackles. Cliff Averill leads the team in sacks with 6.5 so far in 2 games. Michael Bennett's not far behind with 4.5, and Kasia Wright with 2.5. Jordan Hill with 1.5, and Sherman and McCray Reed both with 3, or 1 each, making 3. And then Pierre Lewis and Earl Thomas both have half. Nobody's had a pick yet. Or actually, I think it's just 1. Right? Yeah, it's just been KJ's. Hausch gets 6 for 6 on field goals. Really great. Alright. Gone through that. Now, I'm going to look at team stats real quick. Right now, we've got the #1 offense. Best passing offense. Best rushing offense as well. Highest in points and most pass touchdowns. Not the most rush yards. They have the Vikings have yet to have a pass touchdown. And the Steelers have us beat in first downs by 2. The Panthers have the #1 defense right now. We are at number 4. About 70 yards behind them. Hopefully the Panthers slip up there and we get 1-1 in both categories. We are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are 6th in pass defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are 10th in rush defense. 15th. We're about near middle of the league in points allowed, but we lead by a wide margin in sacks allowed. I may have to adjust those sliders depending on how the rest of the season goes. The Saints have the best third down offense, next to me at 62%, with them at 68%. And so far, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 teams have the best red zone offense. Oh, I'd say mine has the best because, or actually no, maybe it is Houston. Maybe Houston has the best because after all, they've gotten all touchdowns on theirs. The Patriots have the best red zone defense. Or no, hold on. Yeah, that's what I thought. And, they have the best, red zone defense at 25%. Holy cow. I think I'm near the top in that category. Yeah, I'm like 5. Well, no. Like 8, maybe. And penalties, Colts have us beat right now. Where are we at? Yeah, and we're like 8. And turnovers, the Patriots lead turnover differential. We are 20... 32. We are 29th in the league in turnover differential. So with that, let's go to week awards. Week 1, didn't get any players of the week. Week 2, Cliff Averill and Russell Wilson. Cliff Averill with just four sacks, and just to show you guys again, game. There he is, Russell Wilson, 600 yards, even Steven. Oh, looks like my phone's gonna die. Well, that's gonna be it for me. Hopefully this change of music fits the YouTube standards. We'll have to see. We're first in funds at 45.7 million. I'm kind of liking our setup here. And I think with that will be it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to anyone who tuned in during the stream, especially you, Mokio the Deer. Thank you for dropping by, hanging out for a bit. Sorry I didn't see you there earlier, but like I said, if you guys bear with me, I'll eventually be able to get the stuff that I need to set up my OBS and my game capture, all that fun jazz to so I can get those notifications up on stream, so they'll be easier to see. Anyway, tomorrow we're gonna be starting Walking Dead Season 3, 2 o'clock, same time. We're gonna start the New Frontier, and we'll go back to our every other day schedule as per usual. So if you're a Walking Dead fan, come to the stream, hang out, watch some Walking Dead with me. So I'm gonna get this up on YouTube as soon as it finishes streaming. Thank you to anyone on YouTube who saw. Thank you to anyone who watched. Excuse me. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Stay in drugs. Don't do school.